Good evening, everybody. Hello, and welcome to the second round of the inaugural season of the Sir Dogan Racing League, otherwise known as the SDRL. Good evening, I'm your host, AD, and I will also be driving for Ferrari this evening, alongside Leigh, as usual. How are we all doing? Hope you've had a good week so far. No stream on Sunday because it was Mother's Day here in the UK. For a nice meal with Mrs. H. Did a spot of F1 and stuff in the afternoon. Bit of a quizzing on the PlayStation with Chopsy and Mrs. H. So yeah. And then a far too late night trying to make sure I didn't get relegated in ranked. It was a really bad week in ranked for me last week, so I hope that's not an omen for this evening's event. Fun but very tricky to get right. Hopefully we can keep it clean and get as many points as possible. Let's hope so, Rebenso, but not you. I don't want you getting points and taking them off the beloved Ferrari team. Who are you driving for again, Rebenso? Apologies, my memory is shocking, but I just blame that on age. It works for me. Yeah, it's Jeddah this week. Let's have a quick look at the track while we can. Tricky street circuit, complicated by the fact that it's so damn fast. McLaren with rocket, okay. Yes, very fast circuit and a street circuit, so the walls are very close almost everywhere. Almost no let up. If you make a mistake, you are almost certainly in a wall. So yes, tricky track. Reminiscent of Silverstone and Japan in the first sector, turns 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Very fast flowing section. Curb of doom on the outside of turns 8 and 9, or between turn 8 and 9 actually, on the little straight bit. If you end up on that curb, chances are you ain't getting off it, and you're potentially going straight into the wall on the outside of turn 9. That's something to look out for. Tight turn into turn 13, where we start heading back towards the start finish on the other side of the circuit. Very fast flowing section this. DRS zone between turns, I think it's 19, 20, 21. Bit of a chicane. The chicane at 16 and 17 is quite tricky, actually. And then a very fast chicane at 22 and 23 onto another DRS zone around turns 25 and 26, which are turns in name only. And then the DRS activation point in this game is just before turn 27, leading on to the long start-finish straight. The scene of much DRS shenanigans in, was it 2022, 2021, between Max and Lewis, including Max and Leclerc particularly, but also Max and Lewis. Max had to give Lewis a position back, and the two ended up coming together because Max was so focused on being second through the DRS detection point that he braked a lot harder than Lewis was expecting, and the two run into back of each other. So yes, there we go. I've been practicing my pit entry again, so fingers crossed we'll get no pit lane speeding penalties this evening. Not too sure about strategy just yet. Not much chance of weather or adverse weather at any rate. Almost certainly going to be a dry race. 50% distance, what does that work out with Jeddah? About 30 laps, I think. So it'll probably be almost certainly a one-stop race, probably seeing pit stops lap 16, 17. Much better than the pre-season warm-up event. I qualified dead last, so not ideal, but I did... I did make it up to P13, made up the most positions from my starting grid slot. There's a half chance we had a very late safety car and I was lapped. But unfortunately, the message didn't get across to the leader to let me unlap myself. So by the time I did, essentially, I just overtook the leader, took a 5-second penalty that they said they would remove at the end of the race. But I didn't get to catch the safety car queue up, which meant any chance of me potentially making up a few extra spots in the run to the line were all for naught. Yeah, so there's been quite a bit of discussion in the Discord server this week. Hey Josh, welcome in. good luck to you this evening. I dare say I'll be seeing you a little bit in our customary battle from the back of the grid. Thank you, Josh. There's been some discussion. We always see each other. Yeah, exactly. There's some discussion in the Discord server about how we can communicate the issues during a safety car. So there is talk of, I will be listening to the commentary channel. I'm not sure why that's such a big deal for some people. I will also, apparently Cert is going to try using the in-game chat. So that if we all mute everybody except Cert and he only uses it. Lobby for the SDRL, is it? I'm not actually looking at the game. Let me bring the game to the front for me. You've all seen the track enough now. Chocolate invited you. I don't have an invite yet, Josh. Cert usually goes live in advance, about 15 minutes or so. You can invite me. Thank you, Josh. I'm not sure if I already have you. Let me just double check. Friends. And okay, I've just sent you a friend request, Josh. Assuming I got the right one. Let's hope so. Thank you for that. I'm sure Cert would be in the process of going through the invite list, and obviously I'm way down in it, because if he's doing it in championship order, then I'll be one of the last people he gets to. Who are you racing for tonight, Mo? I should know. Fingers crossed I have a decent race. My race performance last week was a lot better than qualifying was, certainly. I was way down in qualifying. So that was not... Yeah, you had penalties towards the end, I think, Josh. I seem to recall letting you, or not fighting you. I don't know you can guarantee that, Josh, but certainly we would have had a chance to battle against the people further down the order, perhaps made up a place or two. Ah, yes, that's right. The commentary crew accused me of hitting you in that spin when I turned up to see you spinning out of the last corner. So I never did get an apology for that. I'll have to do an interview this time and correct them. So we've got 5 people in the lobby so far, with Chocolate as a spectator. Who will be doing the commentary? I did, Josh. Yes, I'm in there. A couple of spots behind you. So it's a full quali starting in theory at 10 p.m. UK time, which is just over 10 minutes time, and then a 50% race distance, which this is saying is 25 laps. So probably pit stops around lap 14, 15 at a guess. I haven't finalised my strategy yet. I haven't had the discussion with Leigh. Not entirely sure which way to go. We will see. Yeah, you'll probably find 25% works out at 12.5 laps or something, so they've rounded it up. Yeah, I don't know what the actual race distance was, given that it was this weekend. I probably should have made a note of it, shouldn't I? So people are gradually making their way in. We've got 9 drivers in now with Chocolate. Berkey, is Berkey one of the racers? Or was Berkey doing the commentary? I should pay more attention to these things. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the SDRL commentary channel. Turn 3. I don't mind turn 3. The only difficulty I have with turn 3 is turning in just that little bit too early. And it's a good way of using your front left tyre, wheel, suspension, entire whole thing. I've done that many a time in ranked. Yep. But if you don't cut it, exactly, yes, that was where he went off, wasn't it? Yeah, it's if the trouble is if you don't get that tight, then you end up running over the curb on the exit. So and that's huge loss of time then, because it's a very fast section, and get a warning. Yeah, that as well. So yeah, what else can we say about this track? They moved the DRS detection point to after the last corner for this weekend's race. I'm sure they had their reasons. It was quite an interesting race this weekend. Yeah, that will be turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, between 6 and 7, is it? Let's bring the track back up actually. Yeah, it's between turns 8 and 9. On that straight, between the short straight between 8 and 9, there is a bit of a. Okay, CERT is now live. Yeah, there is a bit of a curb on the outside, which is deadly. If you get on there, you will not get off it. Voice chat suspended. Well, that's not going to help CERT, is it? Let's see if I can unmute CERT. Yeah, it's just getting off it. Sometimes you can be on there and just be stuck. So, yeah, it's very tricky. Why did I go into spectate? I pressed the wrong button. Okay, so your lay is in, so that's good. Let's just check if they've given me any strategy advice. Lay is a lot more experienced at this kind of thing with me than me. So wrong scene. Any strategy input basically comes from them. The SDRL channel is now live. How long have I been playing F1? Well, F1 games in general since about 1990, probably about 96, 97. Well, before that even. I got my first wheel in about 96, but I started back on the recent F1 games with F1 22 on the PlayStation. About 18 months or so now, maybe 2 years. Played on the PlayStation until last August. Yeah, not in these games, certainly. And Lay, I understand races in leagues and stuff, so knows about this sort of thing. So the SDRL official channel is no longer live again. I'm sure it was. Oh, it's showing us live. Come on. There we go. But no audio. Oh, hold on. No audio on there yet. Yeah, I predict a first lap safety car with at least 2 retirements and multiple pit stops for new wings. Whose lobby is it, by the way? Because the network connection is awful. Everybody's network connection is terrible. Who created the lobby? Do we know? You just hope it's not you, Rubenzo. Yeah. I'm not sure about fueling again. Chocolate did. Okay. Yeah, under fueling again. I tend to follow Latat's lead on that. So we'll see what advice they have. But realistically, a couple of laps worth of fuel isn't going to make much difference to my race. So I don't stress too much about the strategy element. When you're as slow as me, saving a couple of kilos of fuel to get an extra half a tenth a lap is not going to make much difference when I'm regularly lapping, second and a half, 2 seconds if I'm lucky behind the fast guys at the front. So we will see. What time are we now? About 5 to 10. So let's get into the game, ready for things to start going. We have 15 drivers in. I think 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 drivers, yes. Yeah, but how many laps is 10 kilos? I honestly don't know. I couldn't comment either way. Like I say, realistically for me, I would have trouble telling the difference between a full car full of fuel and a car with minimum fuel. I'd be relatively surprised if you saw much difference in my lap times between the two. But you never know. You never know. Okay, the network speeds seem a little better. Where's mine? Yeah, mine's relatively green. I hope we don't end up with loads of glitching around, because that will not be pleasant. You want points, but it's only something a man can dream of. Well, I got up to 13th last time. I think there will be a lot of retirements in this race. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's only 10 or 11 people finish. So, there is hope. Part of me wonders whether the best strategy is to just go steady and wait for other people to retire. But that's a bit of a coward's way out, really. That's often my strategy in ranked races, because it's the best way of avoiding the carnage, particularly on the first lap. I'm just going to bring up Search Channel to see what he's talking about. He's busy fiddling with voice chat. That was the suggestion for how to get across the message about unlapping people under the safety car, is that Cert will be the only one in voice chat, but it sounds like he's not working. So Cert is busy trying to get voice chat working. So we're still waiting for a couple of drivers. Let's show you my game screen. We have 16 drivers in with 2 spectators. There is a message pinned at the top of the chat, by the way, that will get you 3 or 4 other viewpoints on this, as well as the commentary channel. So if you're watching on a PC, click on that link. You'll get Cert, Lequiku, myself, I can't remember who. Rocket, I think, or Viper, I think. So that be a good way of keeping an eye on the race, seeing the viewpoint from different people's perspectives. So that might be interesting for you. I will stick with my own view of the race. Yeah, quick plug for Sim Racing Centre setups that I use, !SRC, the message has just been posted in the chat. Use that link and it helps support the channel, and use the code ADHawkinsGH and you'll get 5% off anything you buy. They've got setups for Assetto Corsa, F123. You can pre-order F124 setups. They've also got iRacing, the rally game, and various others. They will also race engineer you, do lap analysis. You can buy strategy guides, all sorts of stuff. So definitely worth checking them out. If, like me, you have absolutely no clue on how to set up and race an F1 car. No real surprise. So we're just waiting for Cert to start kicking things off. We have 18 people, so we may be at the point where Cert starts calling some of the reserves in. We do have a number of reserves to fill in for drivers that are unavailable or don't show up. They'd just be moaning. Dragon is always late, apparently. Do we have any activity on the commentary channel yet? Nothing that I can hear. The commentary channel should come through on here once it goes active. This will be the first one I've got that on all other scenes, so we'll see how well that works. So we still have 18. Do go to search channel if you want to see his lovingly crafted intro. Twitch.tv/SertDogan, S Sierra Echo Romeo Tango Delta Oscar Golf Alpha November. SertDogan. A bit of light-hearted ribbing going on in search channel. Cert is also putting in the multi-stream link to let people on his channel know that you can watch us all. I think there's 4 or 5 drivers' viewpoints plus the commentary channel. Let's see, we've got the commentary channel, Cert, myself, Laquiku, Dark Viper. So 4 drivers, 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers plus the commentary channel, all in one web browser window. Yeah, it's pinned in my chat. ! SDRL in here will get you it, Josh. But it's also pinned to the top of my chat. You can't post URLs in here, I'm sorry. Okay, so it's playing the intro. So do get search channel up if you want to see this. Fine piece of video editing work on Cert's part. Sadly, I don't look as smooth as Carlos Sainz does, but that is who I am represented by in Cert's intro. Hopefully Carlos Sainz recovers well from his appendix surgery this weekend as well. Stunning job by Berman, though, for a 18-year-old rookie who got to do practice 3 and then dive straight into qualifying in a Ferrari. I just hope there isn't an echo of Nick de Vries in him. Nick de Vries had a Storming debut as well in it was Williams he drove for, wasn't it, to cover for Alex Albon, who also had appendicitis. There must be something going round amongst all the F1 drivers. We're back. We still only have 18 drivers. Yeah, well, I'll settle for Carlos Sainz. We have 19 drivers now. Oh look, Dragon has just shown up. So we are just inviting one of the reserves in to cover the missing spot. Just arguing as to who's going to be keeping everybody company at the back. Okay, so it looks like we're about ready to kick off. So I'm going to get rid of search channel. bring up the commentary. You should hear the commentary when it goes live. Okay, so say goodbye to Cert. I have the commentary channel on and hopefully unmuted. Let's get the game up so that you can all see, and we can ready up. Get my mic in the right place. I don't want to be hitting that in the middle of the race. Okay, still no strategy advice from Lay, so we'll see if that comes through in time. It's gone very quiet. Look at, I don't like all those network symbols. That's not going to go well at all. I can almost foresee potential restart after quali at this rate. Okay, good luck anyone who is watching my channel and racing. Thank you for all of your company as well. So it's 2 sets of mediums and a set of hards. I think that will probably be the most sensible strategy. I will do my best to get out of Q1, but I'm not necessarily anticipating that to happen here. Like I say, just getting around the circuit is an art in itself at Jeddah. So fingers crossed we can actually complete some decent laps in qualifying. Can also foresee traffic being a potential issue here because there's not really anywhere to go off track. So we will just have to do our best to stay out of people's way and hope they do the same for us. Okay, so weather-wise, it is bone dry, which is to be expected. Okay, commentary should be live. Hopefully you can hear that as well.
Of SDRL here in Jeddah. I am joined by Koi.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
And we are now just getting underway here in Q1. We've got full quality, followed by 50% race here. 25 laps of the Jeddah Corniche circuit here in Saudi Arabia. So I think this is going to be an interesting one. We've got a few cars coming onto track now. We've got an AlphaTauri, a Ferrari. Let me just quickly get
Quite a few as usual head out onto the Inters early. So far we have Lewis.
Track's pretty empty right now, lots of space. Right, cars ready.
Okay, let's get out there, try and set a few laps. Let me know what the volume is like on the commentary chat. I can't actually boost it very much, I'm afraid. So hopefully it's okay.
The first car out on track on the intermediate tyres, just coming up to turn 13 now. I might butcher these four numbers, but we're just going to go with it. 67, yes, that seems about right. And then the Ferrari of later, not too far behind as well. So I think most of the drivers going out now on intermediates. We got AD, Mo, Kilza, Berkey are the only ones to go out on the slicks. I guess some people are just trying to save some tyres for Q2 and Q3 and potentially the race as well. Softs are quite a useful tyre to have here in Jeddah. They last quite a while. It is possible to use the softs, but we have Simon now coming around the final corner to start his first flying lap here in Q1. Are we going to see some drivers potentially getting through again into lap times here? You know, Jeddah, very crash-prone circuits. Few DNFs,
Yeah, don't say that, commentary team. Predicting crashes in qualifying.
Well, as someone who's done 3 Jeddah events since Friday, the amount of people I've seen using it at turns.
Oh, that was the wrong switch.
And just clipping that inside wall with the front left tyre, you wouldn't believe. So I wouldn't be surprised if you lose 2 or 3 here. due to that very scenario.
Yeah, it's a very tricky first sector here in Jeddah, but you'll find you a lot of time if you get it right.
Here we go. Hey face Colin.
People, especially with the wins and second data, I've seen people gain at least a second on other cars through that first sector, but then lose it all down the DRS. So
Evening, chaps.
it'll be interesting now to see setups and just how many people take the correct line through there and gain that time.
Yeah. Also, Jeddah, it's a very interesting track with the setup. Obviously, very long straights, lots of DRS zones. 3 here, joint second highest with quite a few tracks. But there's so much DRS here. It's such a high-speed track as well. It's the second fastest track on the calendar, I believe. So yeah, it makes for really interesting racing where you have a dynamic between people who have gone for much lower wings and some people who go for the slightly higher wings who get past the easier on the straights, but they also gain so much time through sector 1. They have slightly lower tyre wear as well. It's a really interesting dynamic.
Nah, you don't want to listen to me. I won't be saying much.
Late to 131.6, so late currently the fastest. Lewis sets a 134.9, and Ravens that's a 132.0. First soft run for Mo, a 127.7.
That's not a bad time, to be fair.
Yeah,
and then Kilby goes in with a 127.6.
Not Stroll, ideally.
As well.
Just behind Phil with a rocket starting his first flying lap. AD coming to the line now, goes third fastest, a 129.9 on the soft compound tyres.
Welcome in, Raiders. And welcome in the new follower.
And then Downsy going to be the next car to the line in the Williams, followed quite closely by his team.
Apologies, I won't be too communicative in this. This is a SDRL league event, the inaugural season, round 2. First round was at Brazil last weekend.
7th fastest to 134.3. His teammate 5th fastest to 131.6, and then who was the other one? Berkey, sorry. 3rd fastest to
That is the Curb of Doom.
Monster at 129.9 puts him 5th fastest.
Trying to
by 200ths of a
face Colin, thanks for the raid.
Quite interesting move from 6 people here at this present time. They still haven't left the pit. Now they've chosen a different tyre strategy. Or
No worries, thanks for the raid, I appreciate it, and I understand you having to go. Thanks once again, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Trying to save some tyre compounds, obviously we've got full qualifying and 50% race, so you don't want to be doing 3 runs in Q1, 2 runs in Q2, 2 runs in Q3, you're going to run out of tyres very quickly. So I think quite a few people are just going to be saving a bit of tyre for the later qualifying sessions and also for the race.
yeah, that would make a lot of sense. I think I just seen, no, I thought I'd seen one of them heading out then.
Yeah, we've got Dan Taras coming to the line now to finish his intermediate lap. And he's going to set a 1 minute 34.6, puts him 12th fastest, double chance off Downsy on the rocket there. And then we have...
I did see someone going on an outlap. It was actually Scooby and a Mercedes just coming through sector 1 at the moment, at the end of it.
Yep. He has... that's a rocket in front of him on Imola, I believe. But he's backing up anyway to warm those tyres up. And we also have...
Exiting the pit, we got Jack heading out. I've seen Megan McLaren. I believe Raven's heading out, which I will believe on a fast one.
Another purple sector 1, I don't know what's going on here.
Interesting choice. I guess that kind of tells us that it's going to be a dry race. Although that was as expected, really. It's in Saudi Arabia. It's not really. Yeah. So next car to start with flying lap, I believe, is going to be Takubi, who is coming towards turn 27, final corner now, getting ready to start. Also, the McLaren of Rocket, I think, has run out of fuel on the exit. Hopefully, we won't be impeded.
Might get a bit of a tow here.
Now, also,
He's only just coming up to the pit lane entry, so plenty of time there.
let's go on board with the Mercedes. Into turn 1 now. Gets it hooked up nicely to the apex of 1 and 2. Now through 3 right on that curb, shortest distance.
Okay,
And now
I think we'll...
flicking it into turn 4. Don't want to show off too much speed now through 5. Keeping that foot to the floor through 6 and 7 now. Into 8, slight lift now through turn 9. Bit of a lift there
It's
as well.
quite hard to read that track map as well, because the
And there's a turn 12 in there somewhere.
two sides of the track are so close to each other.
Purple first sector currently, through turn 13 now, runs it out nice and wide, gets on the power very early. Up to 15 and 16, very easy to go deep here, hit that curb and lose time all the way down the straight on a run towards turn 22. And this is probably one of the trickiest corners to get right on the entire track, to be honest. We saw a big crash here on Saturday from last stroll. He manages to get it hooked up nicely though. And now on the run towards turn 27, now DRS open. And this looks like a very nice lap for the Mercedes driver so far. One more corner to go. Is he going to do a Verstappen? Slightly wider entry, but gets it nicely hooked up to the apex for the run to the line now, taking the shortest distance possible right on that white line. And comes across the line as that's the fastest lap of 1:26.5. Puts him 1.
Thank you, Nightbot. And yes, please stop that, Sanjay.
Looking at very competitive time there from 26.5. Will anyone have any questions, any answers to that? With the gap of what, about, yeah, 1.2 to be fair. We know Dragon's on the lap. Let's see where he's actually going to. Now he's just coming to sector 2. Just coming up to the DRS opening point as it opens
Okay,
now.
just 2 laps of
Coming
fuel
to,
remaining
as
now.
you say, Landstuhl corner. Can you get this nailed? If you do, you get plenty of time.
Oops.
Good through there. As they'll come through to the DRS open point again, down this back straight. There is a bit of traffic in front, but I don't think that's likely to impede
All right,
him.
we'll call that quits there.
Into the final corner. Hooks the apex up quite nicely, running it down to the line. DRS opens wide open. Where's Dragon going to play? Up to P7 with a 1:28.0.
He's trying to get back round to the pits without holding anyone up.
Over that AD getting out of people's way there, or it was a spin, didn't quite match that on ball quick enough. Can't actually hear anything from you, Chocolate, so I don't know if you muted or anything.
Shouldn't be muted. No, I'm not
There you
muted.
go, you're back now.
Yeah, I was just sorting something out. I realised I had the wrong thing loaded, so I had to change that quickly.
I don't know if you caught anyone on a hot lap. I'm just looking.
No, I was a bit saying that for a second. See if we can catch anybody.
Looks like he's on a cool down lap. He's put himself in a nice time of a 1:27.
Oh, Shuriken retired. Where is that? I believe that's in the pit lane. No, it
might be.
Nope, he's crashed on the turn 27.
Is there anything involved with Kubi's? I just noticed he got a 5-second penalty, a 5 good play penalty.
I didn't see that one pop up, but there was a car on the inside and Takubi's stopped on the outside. I think has Takubi run out of fuel?
He has,
Yeah.
the way he's struggling to get going.
Okay, so currently in P9. Let's have a look at how other people's times have gone.
Out the way and the car's just gone into the back of him because he couldn't.
Our best time is a 1:29.597, which is exactly the same time as the person in 10th, according to my lap chart.
He's actually P15 at the moment.
Yeah, I think he will get eliminated. Yeah.
So obviously, guys, send in your clip to the FIA, and they will investigate. But not a good ending for Shuriken in Q1.
Yeah, he is now in the drop zone, so he will be out.
Let's have a look at how the times look so far.
Obviously, I'm not sure what's happened there with.
We have one driver in the drop zone who has retired, it seems. So, whoops, bonk, sorry.
Shuriken saying it was an Aston, so
Oh, unlucky,
not
Josh.
sure which one it was then.
So I'm currently P12.
Oh, so it would have either been Berkey or
Yeah, exactly the same time as
Louis just
So a
pulled
best
into
lap
the
Josh
between
in
I'm not
P14.
sure
I'm
what-
now P13. 129.597, exactly the same
Oh,
time as
Aston
Josh.
crashed at the last corner.
I would love to,
Okay, so
but
that does explain. Okay,
I've got one more run to go.
Maybe
4
Takubi
minutes,
did a
actually. Let's get
similar
out and
thing.
do that now.
Oh, I'm not sure. Or it might have just been the lack of fuel. I'm not sure what happened there, though. So Zyros went P6 now. Gets himself out of the elimination zone with a 127.7 late out. Went third with a
Okay,
127.4.
let's go.
Well, let's see.
And then the current drivers currently in the elimination zone are Raven, Shuriken, Dan
P14,
Dark
we'll
Viper,
see.
and Monster.
Part of me would like to be
I
at the
can
very
tell
back
you,
because at least I should get through the first few
that-
corners unscathed.
I believe Dark Viper is planning to start at the back anyway, and he is also currently out on track on Inter, so that does align with what I understood. He is trying to avoid the carnage of
Not too bad, thanks, XD. How are you?
lap on Jeddah.
I just had a quick check into race director incident, and it's actually showing Takubi dropped that 5 place penalty for collision with Shoreham.
Maybe he hit the retired car, maybe, I'm not sure.
The what screen, sorry?
Let's see what's happened. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one to investigate.
I will. Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting.
Exclamation mark SDRL in the chat or the pinned message at the top. That'll get you a link to all the people who are streaming, including the commentary stream.
He's planning to start at the back, I believe. So
It's SDRL _ official, I believe.
who do we have on laps then? Kills are coming to the line very slow. Oh no, he's coming into the pits. I guess he lost some time through the final sector.
3 minutes to go.
We've got Mo on Inters right now, backing off. Zyros on the inner lap. I think.
Push,
we've got
push.
Monster on a push lap
Will
right
do,
now, coming
JBG.
from turn
Welcome in. It's
16.
good to see you.
I mean, Kills is pretty fine. No, they'll be fine. And we'll probably see a retire.
Dragonfly's retires, Kills are retires. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, mistake for Monster there. Through turn 23, nearly put it in the wall. So he's had to abort that lap, so that retires as well. 1, 2, 3.
Do what you
4,
like,
5.
Sanjay. I don't
All
promise
laps
to
off
listen
the
to you.
So they can all retire safely.
We do have Cyber on an outlet, but I'm wondering whether he's actually gonna
He's retired.
end up pitting because he's retired on track.
Yeah, I'd say we might get a bit of a showdown between the bottom 10 for this elimination. But it looks like everyone in the top 10 is safely through here. Current elimination time is a 1:25.9. You need to go faster, 1:29.6, pretty much. I just realised AD and Josh setting the identical lap times. Both setting 1:29.597, but AD setting it slightly earlier in the section, so he will take that one.
Monster has actually lost sector 1, just the end of sector 1, so I will imagine he'll be backing up now, recharging that 3 hours and going for one last lap. He's got time to make the line, so he'll be fine.
It's going to be a question more of...
So my fastest first sector, purple sector 2.
Is he fueled for one more lap here?
I don't actually think that he will, because he's already flashing red light on the fuel.
Jantak's still in the pit lane as well, so he's going to be out in qualifying. We have Raven currently on track now.
He's actually just, yes, 7-1 is it?
Yes,
no?
that's moved us up
Yeah,
into
into sector
P30.
1. Oh no, sorry, I got the wrong one there. Go on, you take
Okay,
it.
so that was my last lap. I haven't got time to get round again.
8, 9,
So just make sure I'm staying out.
10, 11, 12 here now. Coming to the sector 1 split. This is going to be a big improvement because his first lap was on Inter's 1.8 seconds up so far for the
30
McLaren
seconds left in the
driver.
session.
I believe that lap was on Inter's. Maybe it wasn't
Pitting
actually.
this lap
No,
then,
I need
coming to the
to-
pits at the end of this lap.
But now through into turn 15 and 16, is he going to hook this one up? Well, I think that was a little lag. I don't think he lost all on there. Now with the DRS on the run down towards turn 22,
No,
this is going to be
absolutely not.
a great corner for him. You can easily find a second or two, not a second, a couple of tenths through there. Lost the rear a little bit, but managed to keep going. Didn't really
Let's hope so.
anything from it. Now on the run towards the final corner. Dan Tax is out, Shuriken's out, Dark Striker is out, Josh goes 13 through the 128.5. Is that going to be safe for him? Monster retires, he is out in Q1. Here comes Raven now to the line. Is he going to be able to get himself out of Q1 here? Coming
Now
to the line,
P15.
and he sets a 1 minute 27.006, puts himself up into P3. He is safely through. So now it comes down to Lewis, who's just coming through Sector 2 now. He's currently in the elimination zone. We will switch to AD in a second, who is coming to the end of his lap. Rocket is safely through anyway. AD is down on his time, so if Lewis is able to improve on his lap, then AD will be out. Although I think
Lewis is actually just showed me.
He has no fuel. He has no fuel.
Yeah, he's gonna.
So Lewis will be out here. In
Speeding?
Q1, AD scraping through to Q2.
I had the pit lane speed limiter on for about 10 minutes.
And yeah, so just about making it through.
So at the end of Q1, we see Louis eliminated in the Aston Martin, a Monster in the.
So I've done it by about 3 and a bit tenths.
In the Haas, Shuriken in the Williams, and Dark Viper, who didn't even.
Thank you guys. Your support means a lot to me. I'd like to thank everybody involved in this, the team back at the factory, the guys in the garage, the guys on the pit wall. Everyone's done a fantastic job this weekend. Oh, we're not finished yet though, have we? We get to go out again. Woohoo! Waste a set of tyres for absolutely no reason.
And then I see you about 2.5 tenths behind with a 26.78.
Lay up in P4.
So unfortunate for Lewis, he matched his sector 1, but just didn't.
So about a tenth and a half. Look at that, 2.8 seconds down on pole though.
I'm sure he will be a bit frustrated with himself there.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
knows he's probably got the time to have got through.
All right, Sanjay, there you go. This is for you.
That £5 penalty, so that's going to be quite impactful to him, I would imagine.
Not much controversy. I just drove slightly less slower than usual. Legend. Qualifies P15, 2 and a bit seconds behind. 2.8 seconds behind the leader. Yeah. Even Berman did better than that.
All right. So into Q2 now. And we will be getting underway.
Well, it got you a good chunk ahead of me, Josh, so well done. Still struggling with the Ferrari sound, JBG. A bit better, but so we get another set of mediums for the race.
Important.
So I think we'll just do a set.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, I think we'll just do probably just a single run on the mediums.
No one seems to be. Oh, there we go. We've got a McLaren making its way up. Rocket Man making his way down to the pit exit now.
A longer run.
He will be the first one to post a timing.
My feeling exactly, Josh. I'm going out on the mediums for one longish run,
Rocket.
and that will be me done.
Yeah, I can't see what his tyres are, whether they're scrubbed or not.
So how many people are on track? 7.
I can tell you there are a couple drivers going out on scrub softs though. So I'd assume that Rocket probably is as well. Most of the drivers right now on scrub softs.
I mean,
That's probably not a bad idea, Josh.
Bank a lap on your scrub socks, get that delta time, and
100%,
then go onto push.
Exactly.
What's the thingy on the mediums just to keep some softs for the race?
Fast lap in Q2. The grip will be improving throughout the session. Your confidence will improve as well. Jeddah being a street track, you always want to build yourself up. You don't want to be full push on your first lap.
I'm not much
A, you'll
competition,
like to
Josh.
crash, and B, you're probably not going to be at 100% confidence.
Yeah, let's do a lap on these.
It's always better to build your way up.
a lap or two.
On a street like this with some very tight corners, the closer you can get to the wall, the better.
Garage,
It's all
please.
about
Cars
building.
ready.
I guess.
Exactly. Well, Rocket coming to turn 27 now. And he will be still...
Yeah, but realistically, I'm not going to qualify any further up than I am at the moment.
He's not off the line yet. Here we go.
So why waste a set of tyres?
It's coming down towards turn 1. Very late braking to turn 1, actually. You can brake quite a bit later than you'd think. Now, coming towards turn
Not
4,
really.
This is probably the first really tricky place. Very easy to crash into that inside wall. And it can end your race very easily. Now, coming through the sweeping S's section. The yellow flags in the final sector, cars just letting each other through. And now towards turn 13 we go. Very easy to lose the rear end on the exit. And
Yeah, someone said that somewhere.
Rocket getting it through very nicely. Now towards turn 15, and another corner where you can lose it. Actually, only 3 braking zones left of the track after turn
Okay, I wasn't sure
13.
where I'd read it.
Turn 15, turn 22, and turn 27. We've got lots of meandering down the straight. Now coming into turn 22 we go. Goes a little bit deep there on the entry, but he should have done quite alright through there, I think. Shouldn't have lost too much time. Now the run towards turn 27, DRS wide open. Again, very late on the brakes. Hook it up slightly later, Apex, get that exit, power down, don't hit the outside wall, DRS open again, and now the run to the line. What is Rocket going to do on these presumably scrubbed softs? It's a 128.5, and I think that's time confirmed, they were scrubbed. Next car to the line is...
Been watching that,
yeah.
I've been watching the Kudu, who's actually set a purple sector 1 and sector 2.
Oh, fucking hell.
Just coming to sector 3 now, down to the final corner. I'm expecting this to put him into P1 because he's quite a fast driver, as we know. He gets that apex.
Yep. Wiping out your front wing on the last corner before your flying lap is not the way to set a good time.
6/10 faster.
Here's some interesting news for you. Zyros and ICU beating Takubi's first sector. Zyros went about 600ths faster than Zyros, and ICU almost 2/10 faster than Zyros' first sector. So they are really pushing. Zyros, I think, lost time through the last 2 sectors, though. He's done a 29.
Okay, so we'll go straight back out on those
But
tyres.
let's see ICU coming through.
Thank you, Dark Viper. I'm going to need it.
To the final turn.
I don't know how close Takubi and ICU's middle sectors were, but
Same to you, of course.
ICU 4/10 faster than Zyros through the middle sector there. Coming to the line now, ICU goes second fastest at 27.5 for him. I think he lost a bit of time through the final sector as well. Mo went 6th with the 28.1, Berkey 5th with the 28.1. Who else did we miss? Kilza retires. He's crashed on the exit of turn 23. We're not going to be able to see it. He's done a Lance Stroll, I think. Quick. Can we get there in time? No, his car's just gone. As we got there with Cyrus. Yeah, I think he did a Lance Stroll there, unfortunately for him. I'm not sure whether he hit the inside wall or lost it on the outside. But
So you would imagine that's going to be killed the starting P15 as all of the drivers behind him.
well,
I don't think I'm clear behind
it
now.
depends on if people
Just
can
concentrate
beat us
on
up.
warming
I'd
my
expect
tyres
they
up.
can, given that was a scrub set. But
Thankfully, the commentary team didn't see me wiping out my wing on the last corner.
but let me have a look at the Q1 times actually. So he's on 28.5. If we went from Q1, that would put him 13th.
I mean, looking at my screen, he's ahead of him already, so even if he didn't get a lap, he didn't.
He will get, I believe he will get pushed up to whatever position that lap would have put him in, but not make it through because he's DNF. So if for example, the 28.5 would have put him in P13, he'll qualify P13 and not make it through. If it would have put him P8, he'll qualify in P10. Well, he'll qualify P8, but in this session, but won't be able to go to P3. I believe is how that works. So it will start him P10 effectively. I'm not exactly sure, but also we have track evolution, so maybe we're going to see some faster times from AD, Josh and Downsy to go faster. In fact, I think Downsy was marginally faster already from that lap. So it's Josh and AD were the two that were slower in Q1, and Josh only slower by 7 milliseconds.
Larry has actually abandoned her first lap by the looks of it.
Gonna put the pressure on a bit. 7 minutes remaining in the session. She'll only have time for one more lap, I'd say, really.
Too wide there.
A very big struggle to get round for another one now. So I'd say...
Don't invalidate.
I've had a lot of practice in front of him, so relax. End up improving, he's got 2 McLarens and a Ferrari, somewhat some speed that don't look like they're on hot lap.
Yeah, well, this first sector looking quite competitive.
Thank you to follow Lance, perfect timing.
So, retirement for AD. AD crashing on the exit of turn 13. AD is out, didn't manage to set
P15.
a lap time. So that's one more.
Thank you, Lance. I don't blame you at all.
So AD will be starting.
Welcome in, it's good to have you with us.
In this session, unless they'll manage to disqualify.
In case you don't realise, this is an event in the inaugural season of the SDRL, the Cert Dogan Racing League. This is round 2 at Jeddah Corniche in Saudi Arabia. Last week was round 1 in Brazil, where I qualified a lowly 20th. You come from Viper Stream, so you know what's going on then, Lance.
So from my
last week I qualified a lowly 20th, but managed to fight my way up to 13th in the race at Brazil. So qualified 15th here, it would appear. Assuming that people behind me, it's currently showing me as 11th, but I didn't actually set a lap time. So I'm sure the Ferrari boys will love me wiping the car out halfway around my lap. Not a great Q2 for me. I wiped my wing out on the last corner, setting myself up for the fast lap. And then on my next attempt at a fast lap, spun coming out of the corner right at the end of the sort of first half of the track, wiped out my front wheel on the wall. Hey ho.
Yeah.
Still made it to Q2. How's Josh doing? Currently 8th.
Missing a front end.
The 129.0.
Interesting. Not sure how that one's happened. Well, probably hit a wall, but not sure where.
This is true. Although my qualifying in Texas was better than my qualifying in Brazil.
There should be time.
But my race performance in Texas was fairly shocking. So
coming to the line now.
Had a better race in Brazil. Still not great. Not as good as I would like.
And that's currently.
Was that invalidated? Put in the corner there. Who are we watching? Zyros.
I mean, Downsy's still in the pits under a lap. On a lap, but he's invalidated, so I would imagine that was an out lap. Yeah, that's the trouble. Starting, away from the back of the grid just gives me more chance to get involved in any issues. I'm predicting, by the way, if you weren't here at the start of the stream, aim for the points. Yeah, I'm predicting a lap 1 safety car with 2 cars retiring on lap 1.
Because
that's my prediction.
Or was that right? I'm not sure. Maybe I'm not. Yeah.
ERS levels don't represent him now. Put it that way.
Yeah, I haven't seen a sector. He's 6/10 up. I'm going to assume those are purple sectors. He's purple through sector 2 at least by a 10th. So he is 6/10 up on his lap. So he's 1 more 10th he needs to find through the first sector if he wants to go fastest here. This lap currently on to put him in P2, just ahead of Dragon.
What are they showing on the commentary channel?
Now, though.
Oh, there we go.
To the line.
I'll give you the commentary channel so you can see what they're seeing.
There won't be space in the lobby. The lobby is full. We have 20 drivers plus 2 spectators, so there won't be space. And yeah, so Zyros going fastest at 26.9, 3/10 clear of what Takubi could do, and I can now confirm. Oh no, I can't confirm. I can't see his first sector, but his second and third sector were both fastest of all, purple by 1/10. Is Mo on a lap? Yes, Mo on a lap set the fastest first sector. up on his time as well through the middle sector by
Yeah,
half a second. Not quite perfect.
I
though,
don't
coming into the
deliberately
line now,
try
where
and
is this starting of him? Can he
get into
the
turn 1
26s
incidents,
just
but I
like
do seem to be a
Zyros?
magnet,
Yes, he can.
sadly.
It's a 26.8
This
for
week's
him.
ranked races,
I believe only one
up until
purple sector,
Thursday, I'd
but
done
he was
something like
fast
15
enough through the
races and
next
only
two.
finished 2 of them.
And he's gone fastest now
just-
by almost 10th from
I-
Zyros.
I mean, I'm
Mo
sure
showing his pace.
there is a certain amount of the way I drive involved, but people just seem to hit me a lot. I don't know what else to say, really.
So now we are starting the final runs here. This will be, I believe, be Downsy's last lap in the session. I don't think he'll have enough time to go for another one.
Yeah, the trouble is I don't want to be slow enough that I'm getting hit in the back as well. So that is the issue with starting mid-pack. You've got to watch out for people in front of you
So
as
this
well
is
as
very
potentially getting hit from
interesting.
behind if you
We have
brake
Latex
too early.
currently sat in P12, obviously with that aborted lap, the front wing damage as well. Wasn't able to set a lap. So only going to be 1 lap for Lay. So things could very easily go wrong. I believe I see Lay coming out onto the track
Yep,
now.
certainly
He's going to be preparing for her final
getting
run.
demonstrated what
And
the wrong
apparently
way to
Lay
drive
on
the opening lap
12%
is.
worn tyres.
I just need to actually do something
I
about
can see
it.
that now. Yes, Lay is on 12% worn tyres. Here comes Downsy. Now the turn 15 and 16, a little bit wide of the apex there. But it's going to be an interesting one to see if Lay is able to find the time now.
So where is Lay currently? P12 hadn't really set a lap, fastest lap of 157. So I probably did something similar to what I did and got partway through a lap and ended up getting wing damage or something.
Yep.
Yeah, sadly my psychic abilities are lacking, Colin.
Well, Downsy coming to the line now. This is going to be his only run in the session. But let's see what he can do in his Williams. He comes across the line. It's a 28.6. It looks like he's going to be out with 1 minute 24 remaining in the session. He won't have enough time for a cool down lap. And his battery is flashing. So I believe that is Downsy out in Q2 here.
So I'm currently P14. Cert hasn't set a time. He's on the lap at the moment. The commentary channel are showing.
One here. We also have Rocket on track. We'll quickly cut to him actually, as he is coming to the end of his lap. He's up on his time by about 4/10, I believe that said. So looking good for him as he's coming to the line now. And what time is Rocketman gonna set as he crosses the line? It's a 27.6 for him, puts him up to P6, looking a bit safer now. Cert on his lap, coming through turn 23 now, onto the penultimate straight, coming to the final corner now. DRS open. Is Cert going to be able to get out of Q2 in round 2 now? I don't think he made it out in Q1, out of Q2 last race. But round the final corner now. Cert to the line. Where is he going to be able to put his Alpine car? It's going to be P5 for Cert Dogan. 27.5.
Online dating effectively back in the early 90s.
So
Didn't really exist back then, but truth be told, that's how we met.
Despite being in that relegation zone.
Yep. Well,
It wasn't any kind of organised dating site. It was a bulletin board system run on a computer in London. I was at university in Preston. She was at university in Aberystwyth. And we met on this site through other friends
newer tyres. So QB goes
and
fast,
got to know each other that way.
25.9, almost a second clear of
Good
what
luck with
Mo
your
was
date,
able to
Colin.
do there. But yeah, pressure very much on now for Lay to try and get out.
My
of
only
Q2
advice: be
here.
yourself. There's no point trying
Otherwise,
to
we
be
might
somebody else to
seeing,
impress
14th and 15th for the Ferrari team.
to impress them, because you know,
Into turn
at the end of the
23,
day, at some point,
screen
you're going to
now.
have to be
McLaren
yourself.
gets out of the way.
So,
a little bit wide for the Ferrari driver.
Better to find out
Now
early
onto
on
the
whether you're
final straight.
compatible or not, and call it
Burke
quits
gonna
than
be the
get
first one to the line.
deep into a relationship and suddenly find out.
Got Josh in front as well on the medium tyres. Where are these guys going to be able to put their
Coventry
cars?
Arena. What was that seeing, Sanjay?
As Latek comes round the final corner, she was 22 seconds up in a sector time, but obviously it was a slow lap, so that's irrelevant. As she goes P6 with a 127.
Harry Styles, fair enough.
And we also have Berkey going fourth with a 27.0. Josh wasn't able to get that. He did a 28.4.
If you say
and
so.
Raven
I'm
got
not a
knocked
follower
out
of this
as well
modern
there
music
into
stuff.
P11 with his 27.8.
It's not strictly true,
and
but
that is Q2 over. So we are losing Raven, Josh, Killser, Downsy, and AD. I'd say Raven probably a bit of a shock. Killser as well in the Alpine, having that crash that really.
So lay in P6 gets through to Q3 at least.
In fact, the lap time he put would actually put him in 13th. So that was actually where I said he was going to be.
Yeah. Interesting move from AD. It didn't look like he posted a time there.
I believe he crashed as well on the exit of turn 13.
Yes, he did actually. Yes, I forgot about that. You're very right.
But yeah.
Old man moment there.
Good advice. Well, thank you, Colin.
So, yeah. Another 5 drivers gone. Now we're down to the pole position showdown. Q3, 10 drivers remaining. Who is going to take pole?
Now, I meant to give myself a button to turn my webcam off.
Clear of Mo there, almost.
Did I actually do that?
But maybe that was used tyres. We don't know.
I doubt it. Looking at those times, that looks quite a competitive time of a 26.8.
Thank you, Colin.
It just looks like
your
around here, just on another level.
Your support is appreciated.
Else. But don't forget, he is carrying that 5 good place penalty. Although I don't know what's going to happen.
I believe it's going to stand.
It is standing, is it?
That's what I've understood from what's been said. It's because it was a deserved penalty, but I'm not 100% certain on that. I am going to check in with Cert at some point.
We'll have to double check that one before the end of Q1.
Okay, it does look like I can turn the webcam off without doing it manually.
Do a lobby restart.
Yeah, I'm just going to ask him now, actually.
That's all right. I'm used to it. I went to uni late as well, FaZe Colin. I was 25 before I finished at uni.
So as we head into Q3...
I hope I didn't spoil your lap, Josh. Well, you qualified ahead of me, so at least you set a time, which is more than I managed to.
Mo, Dragonflies, Berkey, Takubi, Cyber, Zyrox, Latat, and Cert Dogan.
Okay, so I'm going to take a quick loo break there. I'll leave you. You go to Yui. Okay.
And I do believe Chocolate is just trying to find out at the moment whether that...
Oh, well done, Josh.
I'm not seeing any...
You wish my races were on Sky Bet. What? Bet on me being last.
Alpha Taurus, you would imagine that's going to be Dragon. It is. So Dragon's going to be the first out onto the track.
Lay is in Q3, Josh. I don't know where you got that from.
Which can't quite tell who.
On me coming last. Thanks, Colin. Right, anyway, I'm going to go take a quick loo break while Q3 goes on. I'll leave you in the capable hand of our commentary team. And we will see you soon. Take care. Bye.
I do apologise for that one. So Cyber will be the first one, you would imagine, to post again, I would imagine a scrub time, as he doesn't bother taking the corners on his outlap and obviously invalidates the result. So that's out, Cyber's out, Dragon is out as well, and obviously Mo is mentioned. We're going very, very slow, so Sector 1 for some reason, he's not got any traffic, so must probably just taking ultimate care of those tyres at this stage. Cyber is just coming through Landstall corner now on the outlap.
Right, Cyber coming around the final corner now to start his flying lap. First one in Q3 to start a lap. Cert will be the next one, just coming around turn 27 now. So let's see what they can do. I just need to change what my thing's on. There we go. Later on very worn tyres. So is Cert actually. They're both on about 20% worn tyres. So I don't think these laps are going to be very representative for them.
No.
But Cyber coming through Sector 1 now.
And he looks like he's hooked it up quite well. I have been on board with him. Just coming through that corner now. It's so easy to invalidate on that corner, as we know. I didn't have the sector times up. Didn't see that sector time. But
it was a 32.7 for him. Cert has just gone marginally faster, so I'm going to assume that Cyber is also on very worn tyres here. And Dragon
Right.
4 tenths faster than Cert was able to manage. 28.5 for Cyber through the middle sector now. And he is now on the run towards the final corner to finish his first lap. Mo a tenth faster than Dragon through the first sector. He currently holds the fastest one. Takubi's going to be starting his lap soon, though. It looks like it's going to be a very strong weekend for Mercedes.
Yeah, because Mo has looked very quick as well.
Yep.
So yeah, we hope him to bank some big points.
And 28.6 for Cyber. That's slower than what Kilser did for his first lap in Q2 before the retirement. Cert's coming to the line now. 29.9 for him. Much slower than what Cyber did. 1.3 seconds is the gap. Oh, and there's a spin! Rocket spins on the exit of 23.
Hello, everybody.
He's round. And that's going to cost him his lap. He was having quite a decent lap. He went purple through the middle sector. Takubi 6 tenths up through sector 1. Let's go on board with him for his flying lap.
Whilst all that was happening, we do have Dragon who's gone 8 tenths clear of Cyber on a 27.8.
I think that lap is going to fall very quickly. Takubi 6 tenths faster than anyone through sector 1. 2 tenths faster than anyone through sector 2. He's currently 8 tenths up on the optimal lap time so far. Mo, I think, invalidated his lap. He set 27.2, but it hasn't turned up, so I assume it's invalidated. Takubi coming to the final corner now. Nearly hits that inside wall, just gets it hooked up. He's going to get a bit of
this is
the Ferrari of later.
This is not a track that you want to be side by side with people,
now,
but
so 26.5, I think that's
at least you can be sure that here they won't just sideswipe you into the wall deliberately like you often get in ranked.
On a lap as well, actually 29.0.
Even in goal 2, it's ridiculous. I've had goal 3 drivers just put me into the wall.
Okay,
you know, makes you wonder
P5 now,
how the hell they got to goal 3 by putting people into the wall.
To be fair, gives valuable information for the race at this stage, you would think.
Yeah. So, I mean, it'll probably help them.
I would hope that the drivers in this race will have good awareness.
Now he was fastest through sector 1.
You know,
I don't know what his
everyone makes
split
mistakes.
was like, but coming to the line now, around the final corner, very close to the wall there. To the line now for the Alfa Romeo driver, and he goes second fastest, 26.6, currently a tenth off of Takubi. But remember, Takubi did a 25.9 in the previous session in Q2, so still time for the Mercedes driver to find.
As Berkey has put himself across the line on a 127.9 to put himself into P4.
Mo returning to the pits, only going to have one lap here in the end.
ICU is just coming through sector 1, I would believe, on their hot lap. Yeah, ERS levels, yeah, they're definitely on their hot lap here. So let's see what their time is at the end of sector 1. ICU posted 31.6.
Fastest of anyone.
Wesley doing a 129.0.
So this is going to be a good lap for him.
That's not a representative lap for them, I would expect.
Let's see if he can get ahead of Takubi at this stage, because he's definitely going to need to, because we know Takubi's going to be quite fast on those new tyres when he goes and puts in.
That was on softs, but no way of knowing whether they were used or not.
Coming up to Lansdale corner, as we've already seen Rocket lose it. Can he keep it tidy? He can, and I do believe that's the purple sector 2 as well. I did miss the split.
Yep. He is fastest through the first 2 sectors. If he can maintain this, he will be going to provisional pole here.
So 4 minutes remaining.
Looks nice and tidy.
The people on laps now, that's probably not enough time to get back.
To the line out for the Red Bull driver.
Change tyres, come out and do a warm-up lap.
Still 4 tenths
and then get another hot lap in. So for a lot of people now, this is going to be their last lap.
Not much of a margin for him at the moment, is it? So only 4 tenths.
He should just about have enough time to get back to the pits here and go for another one if he has the tyres.
Yeah, there's no one else out on track now. They will all just be taking their final liquids on board and preparing for their final runs with 4 minutes left.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm a Formula One F123 league racer. I spend most of my time watching other drivers in qualifying.
Because I always believe you can get the early no traffic, but then track evolution, would it really matter in that last final?
So I see you cutting every track limit that he possibly can to try and get back to the pits in time to get out for another lap.
You would imagine he's going to enjoy a full track at this stage. No worries about any traffic, but then he hasn't set a time, so he needs to.
Yep. Well, he's probably fueled for 2 laps here. My only worry, if I was in his position, is in 1 lap's time, cars coming out onto the track, he might get caught up in that traffic. We have a few more cars coming out now, though, so maybe everybody's going to go a bit early here.
You'll be watching with me, I think.
But Rocket and Mo only...
Thank you, Havoc.
Not set a lap yet. So they are going to be...
Yeah, I'm quite pleased I got to Q2. Slightly disappointed I didn't at least even get to set a lap time. I don't necessarily think I could have done anything to get off the 15th place on the grid.
Both of them for one.
Interested to find out what happens to the set of tyres that I wiped out into the wall.
And I can
whether I get to use them in the race or not.
On new tyres, so
just a mistake. I was on old softs and pushing harder than I should have done, just trying to get a good lap in. It was coming out of turn 12, the longish left-hander at the far end of the circuit.
Time now, who can take lap P1? At this moment in time, you would imagine Takubi, but this is Saudi. It's so easy to put it into
turn 13, sorry.
Lose half a second, so let's see what happens.
Yep. Well, it's also very easy just to make a tiny mistake and then, mistake through one of the fast corners like turn 22.
Yeah, I didn't think it was worth wasting a set of softs. I was going to run a used soft and then a medium, and just see how I did.
Skateboard on that, and that's the lap.
There was little point running another set of softs just to try and get into Q3.
Coming out the pits in front of him, but hopefully won't get affected.
As it happens, I've saved the mediums, so...
Rocket now coming into turn 1, gets it hooked up very nicely, stays off of that curb, being very careful.
See what strategy the race recommends.
On the run to turn 4 we go. How close is he going to get to that wall on the inside? Quite close it looked actually. Now coming through sector 1, hooking it up very nicely, pushing, stays a bit off that curb, probably going to go a little bit wider, just playing it a little bit safe though. Now into turn. Yeah,
I don't think I'll have too many people behind me.
Through one of the few
although I don't know who has qualified behind us.
Extra grip now on the exit, pushing now towards turn 15 and 16. He has the Rebel in front who gets out of the way very nicely there on the outside. And now the long run all the way down towards turn 22. We have a few other drivers starting laps.
See what the qualifier.
Rocket 2/10 faster.
Try that again. Let's see what the commentary team are watching.
Which was a 27.2. So yes, that kind of explains.
Watching Rocket in the McLaren.
So
we do have sideboards. One is hot lap now, just coming to the end of sector 2.
27.8. Yeah, it's a good second and a half behind third, isn't it?
Up on his time.
Presumably those people are all out on a lap now, though. So. Could well be that they ran on either mediums or very old softs for their first lap.
27.5. That's his qualifying over. Best he's going to be his P4. Just missing out on the time of Zyrus. Actually, by a lot, actually, a second.
Cyber comes down across the line with a 27.3, putting him into P4, and that is Cyber's qualifying over.
Dragon 3/10 up. Can he get ahead of Rocket and make it? Well, it's not a low rock roller cow. Yes, he does, though. Gets alongside his teammate on the grid as it stands. 4-5 for the AlphaTauris.
And what's been going on, I've been watching Berkey here as he's coming through the middle of sector 3 now.
Here we come with Takubi to the line now. 5/10 up through the first 2 sectors. What's it going to be? It's a 25.8 for the Mercedes driver. Half a second clear of ICU. What can ICU do here? We have Latak coming to the line now through the final corner. Where is Lay going to put the Ferrari now as she crosses the line? It's fourth
P4 for Lay.
fastest for Lay at
Not too bad.
26.9. Next car is going to be the Aston Martin of Berkey, 6/10 up on his lap, coming to the line now. Goes fifth fastest, just ahead of Mo. Then we have Sir Dogan coming round the final corner to the line, and goes ninth fastest, just ahead of Rocket, who has dropped all the way to the back now. Zyros does not improve his position. Last car to the line is going to be ICU, who is down on his time, 3 seconds off on his time. ICU will not be improving on this final lap. Takubi takes pole here. ICU on the front row in the Red Bull. It's like the 2021 front row all over again. Mercedes, Red Bull. Or was it Mercedes? I can't remember.
Then you got Zyrox in the Alpha, followed by Latat in the Ferrari, Berkey in the Aston, Mo in the Mercedes. Then you got the pairing of the AlphaTauris of Cyber and Dragonflies, Sir Dogan in the Alpine, and last off is Rocket in the
Well done to
Ferrari.
QB, P1.
Yep. So, Takubi
Quite convincing, half a second almost.
in Q3, taking that pole position by half a second in the end. Very big gaps here between the field.
What, deciding on your strategy?
Have a look. So yeah, it was ICU taking pole, Takubi second last time out. This time it's the other way around, Takubi on pole, ICU second.
Bear in mind, Takubi does have that 5 grid pace penalty, so
Yep.
that will demote him to P6 at ICU actually.
Yeah, I did get what you meant, Josh.
Yep, so
Yeah,
Takubi will be starting in
we
P6,
will see what happens at the start.
And ICU Zyros later.
Could be a very long commentary session for me.
Some of those people will be enjoying that, some not so much. I think a few of them will probably be liking the inside line.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. It's a very fine balancing act between trying to go for it and
now we shall wait for
going
the drivers to choose
a bit
their tyre strategies.
safe and getting caught from behind.
got front wing damage on that final lap, I believe.
That would make sense why he was so much time when he's down on his time and why he abandoned that lap.
Yep.
As we wait for the drivers to select the tyre strategy.
You too, Josh.
Loads. I mean, it's going to be an interesting one with fuel loads. How many people will actually end the fuel? Because you would imagine there's going to be a couple of safety cars just due to driver error, putting it into walls or wing damage. It's a hard track to get rid of broken wings, etc. So
the interesting thing I find with this track actually is, despite the very high speed nature, it's relatively even on the fuel burn. You don't need to put that much fuel in, so we might see a couple drivers going for the underfuel, even potentially by up to half a lap here, expecting a safety car, and then just recovering that fuel compared to the others.
it's definitely going to be an interesting one for sure.
All right.
We're still waiting for them to...
Let's see how that goes.
Those fine details.
Good luck, everybody. Let's see if we can get through T1. You too, Josh. Thanks a lot.
All right. Let's get ready
Thank you, everyone.
to start them. Hopefully not going to have to wait too much longer. Here we go. I hear the beeps. We are starting now.
Yeah, I do see it.
So do I, matey.
Timer on set screen, so it won't be long. 10 seconds or so now without
Here we go on the grid now. 5 lights. And our drivers are away here in Jeddah. Zyros not getting the greatest start. Later, looking like she's going to be getting the jump on Zyros into turn 1, trying to get around the outside, managing to get round inside line for turn 2. Mo has to cut the track there on the inside of turn 2, has to concede that position. Rocket and Dragon fighting further back as well. They're going to be going too wide all the way back there into turn 4, having to back out though because you're going to be causing a collision if you try that one. And we've got Josh going slowly, kills her, going off, and we have a Mercedes round. Takubi is round.
Safety car's been deployed.
Safety car.
There we go. First lap safety car. That prediction was correct.
There's a lot of action going on here at the moment.
Shuriken has front. Yes, we have a safety car. Shuriken has front wing damage as well. 5 penalty, 5 second time penalty for kills for cutting the track and gaining a position. I believe that was at turn P4, he went wide and got past Josh, who was going slowly. But ICU maintaining the lead off the race start. Latat up into P2 through turn 1 and 2. Zyrostrot losing that position. And yeah, the biggest loss there off the start to Kubi, spinning it through turn 6, I believe it was.
Don't have to worry about unlapping. Yeah, at least.
After taking the whole time here, in that 5-place penalty.
To be honest, I'm too busy avoiding all the other cars to think about that.
While we have the chance. That explains why Lay was able to get the jump on Zyros. Lay starting on the soft compact tyres, Berkey as well. Zyros and ICU on the hards, Mo Cyber, Rocket on the mediums, Dragon on the hards, Cert on the mediums, Killzone and Raven on the hards, Josh on the softs, Gazi AD, Dark Viper on the mediums, Shuriken on the hards, Monster on the mediums, Dantax on the softs, Lewis and Takubi on the mediums. Are we going to see any pit stops from the driver? We see Berkey on the softs coming into the pits now. Maybe not the best strategy choice there. We have Killzone coming in as well. I expect we're going to see Shuriken in with that front wing damage. Yes, we do. And also Takubi missing the front wing as well. Dantax in. So it's Berkey, Killzone, Shuriken, Dantax and Takubi all coming into the pits now. Let's have a look at the position changes. Rocket up 4 positions off this race start. The biggest gainer though is Dark Viper up 7 positions. Last
Let's hope so.
Off the race start. Latat gaining 1, Zyros losing 1, Mo up 1, Cyber up 2. We've also got Downsy, AD, Monster up 3, and then Raven and Josh also up 2. Those are probably the biggest gainers, and then a couple of people gaining 1 or 2 from the
Great.
incidents. But
the biggest losers here, obviously Berkey and Takubi,
yeah,
down 12 and 14 places respectively.
yeah, unfortunate for Takubi there. I'm not sure what
I was quite an uneventful start for me, thankfully.
Him, and I'd assume it was either Mo or Cyber, given where he was on the grid. Maybe Rocket. It's probably one of those 3. Given he was starting in 5th, 6th, something like that. I don't know if there was contact or if he just dropped it on his own, starting on those cold.
Nice try, Face.
I missed it myself. I was keeping an eye on the back of the grid, making sure they were all behaving. And I did see something happen between Dark Viper and...
I have no idea what that reference is, but thank you if that's a compliment. Up yours if it's not.
I think it would have been Berkey. Berkey was up in P4, Dark Viper was in like 16th. Maybe Lewis starting in 16th.
Fair enough.
Maybe we'll have to wait and see what Pips gets sent in for that one, because obviously the FIA will investigate them.
Oops, didn't mean to do that. So starting that 2 now under the safety car. We only got 1 step, just about a step of racing. Some people not even before the safety car came out. It should be in at the end of this lap though. Everybody has...
Commentary's gone very quiet for me.
Yeah,
Or just one of them, in fact.
And obviously for any wins that we're running low fuel mode, this would be perfect for them at the start. So they haven't then got to spend the whole week worrying if they can get any fuel back.
I'm going to see a
Evening, thank you. Welcome in. It's good to have you with us.
And
This won't be my usual chatty stream, I'm afraid, because this is a league event.
It's about half the grids.
But it is good to have your company. Thank you very much.
It's going to be an interesting one with that fuel, whether they're able to save enough.
End of the safety car.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, to just been
Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated.
I think the American incident with is what Cyber is actually saying.
Yeah, I wouldn't bank on it, Colin.
Right.
Sorry, who has an incident with Cyber?
No, Cyber is hurt. The Merc had an incident with Berkey. So I would imagine that either Lowe Google.
Yeah.
Into
Safety car in this lap.
Here we go, racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap.
Yep, well, we have safety car in this lap now. It is down to ICU to dictate the pace for this restart now. And the safety car coming around the final corner now as we wait to see when is ICU gonna make the jump. Can he get the jump on later in the Ferrari? Going down the main straight now, and I believe he has gone just now actually, and got a little bit of a jump there on the Ferrari. Should make it.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button a bit more.
Berkey losing a couple positions on that start there. I think playing it quite cautious. Takubi up to 90, getting past Shuriken. A little bit of fighting between Sir Dragon, Raven, Josh Downsy, that group of cars. Takubi up to 18th now, and we have yellow flags. Dantax is slow in the back.
Yeah, thanks, Colin.
AD losing the rear bit, that's Unsettled Monster as well. Here comes Kills going into turn 13 to the inside, gets past the Alfa Romeo driver, and he looks like he has a lot of ground. And we have a Red Bull, Josh's round on the exit of turn 13. Here comes Kilser on 80 into turn 15 now, going round the outside of the Ferrari driver, gets the move done into turn 15 there. And now down the straight, this is going to end badly, I think. They're going 3 wide down the straight. It's not even straight either. It's very bendy. It's very easy to have a crash. Downsy getting past Dark Viper. Into turn 22 now. Here goes Takubi on the inside of AD, getting past the Ferrari. Little bit of contact between AD and Monster on the exit into turn 22. And there's contact! The Aston Martin and Ferrari make contact on the exit, and we have another safety car.
Right, we'll have a clip of that.
ICU, and then there was a bit of argy-bargy involving ICU, and Mo. I didn't quite catch it all.
And we have later and ICU into the pits. Lots of cars staying out. Only 3 drivers coming into the pits so far. And that is... Oh, we've got a few more in the back. But most of the leaders staying out.
Yeah, so
It looks like I had to double stack with Lake.
Okay, off we go. Back
Yeah, the safety car came out because someone hit me into the wall.
Faster than we were expecting.
So 5 laps in, sees our second safety car already.
Well, at this rate, we should run out of safety cars on lap 12. So we'll get about half a race.
I didn't really consider that, to be honest. 20 laps possible.
And obviously this is working perfectly for those on those hard tyres at the moment. They can just keep extending the life of the hard.
Oh, AD.
So we have the ones that pick.
Thank you for the follow, Christian Horner.
That go onto medium, ICU onto medium, so Hogan and chosen to go into the hard. Turpin onto the medium, Dantat and Duff both onto the hard, whilst Bertie and AD have gone onto a soft. They will be hoping for another safety car event.
Apologies again, I won't be particularly chatty in this. It is a league event,
Take full advantage of it.
so I'm trying to concentrate.
Safety car coming this lap, so we'll get tapped in out. No, this is the first lap, isn't it? So yeah, we would look at this as a safety car come in at the end of lap 6.
Every week, this is round 2 of the inaugural season.
This time round, you think the answer to it was very costly at this stage.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if this is accurate, but I'm being told by the telemetry that Shuriken has wing damage. We might see the Williams into the pits.
Okay, I'm not last. Woohoo! I have some video editing to do for that little punt into the wall.
See if it changes that
after the race.
Nice to see Aston Martin being ready, so someone else is coming in. Yep, and they do change that front wing and on to hard for shortened. Oh, Bertie was the other person that came in. No wonder if they
Enjoy your Cocoa Pops, Christian. Best to Jerry. Is that what happened? You're still ahead of me, Josh.
Shorten and Bertie will be now pushing to catch up for that safety car.
Yes.
I would assume that they're going to...
In fairness, I was helped, Josh.
Probably on the exit of turn 13. So, safety car will be in at the end of lap 6.
So at this stage we have
on the fast bit coming up now, someone hit me from behind and put me in the wall.
The 3 people behind him are Mo, Cyber and Rocket all on those mediums. Sophie Zyrex is going to be in a bit of a vulnerable place on those
Let's not go there, Christian.
So only those 3 can take advantage of that. And then you have behind them Dragon and Raven on the hards as well.
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature. Remember, there's no overtaking until the timing
confirmation safety car in this lap. It's now down to Zyros to dictate the pace for the second safety car restart.
You've got to give
On
that position
lap
back,
6
mate.
here
We're
looks a
under
little
safety
bit
car
slower
conditions and you
than
can't
the
overtake.
previous
Turn the
one.
position.
But a few overtakes happening at the back there actually.
Yeah.
I think they've sorted it out though. This restart is much slower than the last one. Takubi 5-second time penalty for collision with Kilza. That's
I will once we get going, phase.
so now here goes Zyros through the final corner now, gets the nice jump there on Mo. But lots of drivers going to be towing the other cars behind all the way down towards turn 1. For example, Rocket Man getting the tow onside. They're going to be deploying some ERS as well. Here we go into turn 1. Is Rocket going to be looking for a move? Not quite. But further back here comes Kilza on Downsy to the inside. And he gets past on the inside of the Williams driver, getting up into P8. Josh and Dantax fighting as well further back. Dantax just having to concede that position to the Red Bull.
ICU did get past later by the lift of it into turn 1 and on the exit of turn 2. And is now holding position through sector 1.
Rocket right on the back of Cyber, in fact going for it now on the run towards turn 13, getting to the inside of the AlphaTauri driver and swooping past on the inside. Takubi getting past Bounty as well, going into turn 13.
Do you have a trembling back places there? Dantax moving out of the way for some reason, spinning very slow on those hard tyres.
Yeah, that's the second restart that he's got out of the way. I think Monster, had a bit of a moment on the exit turn 15. There's a lot of speed loss compared to the cars behind. He's let IT, Beta and Start all pass now, just through this small section. Shuriken, Berkey, AD, Lewis all fighting as well. I think Josh just cut turn from the
Well, that was heart in mouth.
And Kilza fighting into the final corner now. ICU getting past Downsy in the Williams round the outside of the final corner. Later,
AD
gaining on the Williams driver in the slipstream. Going to the outside at turn 1 now. Is Lay going to try and move on ICU here? Oh, yellow flag. Rocket is round at turn 1 in the runoff. And the other McLaren of Raven's round. Both McLarens losing out. Here on lap 8, both McLarens spinning. And Raven's going to drop right to the back now. Rocket coming out in Q11. 3 seconds to Kilza for track limits. Very early to get on track limits. The youngest, that's not great for Kilza. Oh, and Kilza losing, that's Rocket, sorry, losing the rear there. Nearly crashing out.
Certainly was.
Yellow flags, we have Lewis going slowly. Rocket getting past Downsy.
Big gap there now in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
It's between
Okay, caution,
Low
caution.
and Rocket.
Oh, yellow flags on the straight, and we have a safety car.
BS3.
Certain Downsy have come together, I think. There's a penalty for Downsy. I'm not sure. Oh, it's a virtual safety car. I'm not sure what happened there. I didn't quite catch that, but Cert and Downsy coming together on the straight, I believe. Downsy has front wing damage. AD has front wing damage. I don't know about anyone else.
I didn't see much.
There's going to be a lot of pit stop FIA review tonight by the looks of it.
Yep, that's safety car number 3 though, and it's a virtual safety car, which will mean we'll get more laps of racing. We have Cyber into the pits now, tumbling down the order as everybody else staring out, anticipating more and more safety cars. The people at the back pitting again though, they probably have a lot more tyres down the guys at the front.
Interesting move from Takubi to have stayed out under the VSC.
I have just realised it is the VSC actually, not a full safety car, so it makes sense why people aren't pitting. I was in my head, I had it as a safety
They were back
car.
to, oh, not quite dead
But
last.
it's the VSC, so you obviously won't catch that time back up. So probably not worth it.
Personally though, it is hard.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled
Oh, drive through for Josh.
Oh, AD.
Takubi up to 3rd now. Kills are dropping back. Some people getting really caught out there on that restart, and Takubi managing to get the jump on everybody here. Now Killser and Dark Viper fighting it through turn 15. They're going wheel to wheel onto the straight now. Who's going to come out ahead? I think Dark Viper will get the DRS on the Alpine, or actually the Alpine will get DRS as well on the cars in front in the slipstream now towards turn 22. I think the hatch is going to be too far back to be making a move late out right on the back of ICU now. As well, they're going to be continuing that battle. Josh and Shuriken now fighting into turn 22. Shuriken has the inside line, gets past. Is Josh going to go for a switchback now on the run towards turn 27? Dark Viper gaining on Kilter as well, coming to the inside now for turn 27. Down the inside goes the Hash driver. Doesn't quite make that move work. Kilter was just slightly later on the brakes. Dark Viper slotting back into the slipstream now for the run towards turn 1. Coming to the outside line now. Going to try it around the outside of the Alpine driver, and Takubi getting past Mo into turn 1 as well. Here comes Dark Viper trying it around the outside. It's going to be the inside for turn 2. Doesn't quite make that one work though. ICU trying to have a look on the outside of the Haas. Doesn't quite make that one work. And Dark Viper losing the rear end a little bit. Lays right onto the back of ICU, right on the back. Oh, and the Kills are off. Kills has hit the wall at turn 4. And we have the 4th safety car here on lap 10. Kilser hits the inside wall at turn 4 and crashes out.
That was exactly the moment I was on about in qualifying. So easy to do.
That's going to be a clip to watch. I think we're going to see a lot of pit stops now from the lead pack. Essentially,
Yeah,
their tyres are
there'll be a
probably
limit.
now
I
about
think it game limits you to 5 in a race.
Yeah, I think we're going to be seeing some pit stops.
Yeah, I would imagine first and 2 to 5 with those 9-lap-old tyres are definitely going to pit. It's going to be interesting to see what ICU and Latec do here, because obviously they're only on those 5-lap-old mediums.
To be honest, I think those tyres are just a bit too worn for them to be able to stay out. The wear
You
in
can't take that
general
under the safety car though, Josh.
relatively high. 5 laps will still put a decent
Hey, yes,
chunk,
sir.
maybe half a second a lap on your tyre, and that's not going to be helping you. If everybody pits here, they'll jump up to the front, but they're going to be half a second a lap slower, and they will get absolutely swarmed. Here comes Zyros Takubi. Our Mercedes going to double stack. Mo is staying out. Mo will take the lead here. On those older tyres. Dark Viper also staying out. There's one more safety car left in this race. Maybe these guys are going to try and hang it out to that one and see what they can do.
The Falcon jumps up to P3, so does Josh up to P4.
I think
Berkey decided to stay out on this 8-lap-old medium.
I think this is going to be a very chaotic restart. We've got lots of drivers, some of them quite relatively slow drivers, comparatively to the likes of ICU, Lata, Takubi, and Cyrus. And we're going to be having a lot of packs of cars kind of converging into each other, and things could get very messy here. We've got to remember one safety car left here, so if we get another safety car in a few laps, that will be the last one.
I thought it was four safety cars and 2 VSCs. Maybe mistaken in that.
We've had 1 VSC, I believe.
Yeah, but we can have another 1 safety
I think that's the realistic rules, Josh.
My understanding is it's just 5 as a solid limit, but I might be wrong on that. But I mean, a VSC isn't going to be particularly helpful if you're involved in an incident at least. You can definitely get 5 full safety cars because I've had that happen multiple times. I'm not sure how it works with the VSCs.
All I've done is get back up to my start position.
I didn't think VSC clocked up as a safety car number.
I'm not entirely sure on how it works. I don't know what the exact fine working of it is. I've just roughly remembered. I think it's 2 for a 25%, 3 for a 35%, 5 for a 50%, and 6 for a 100% or something like that. And then I just
Unlucky, Josh.
We're going to find out because this is a 11 lap.
This is safety car number 3 plus a.
It's a league set up by Sir, the guy I'm just coming up behind, actually.
The VSCs don't count. But yeah, we have a Williams and Downsy quite far down the order. AD has front wing damage again.
Does he?
Ferrari really chomping through those front wings here.
Very minor.
Into the pits. I believe that, yes. And I expect to see AD in as well in the Ferrari. No, AD's staying out. Maybe that's lying to me. I've seen that every single time I look over. I feel like I see somebody has wing damage. So maybe.
AD hasn't had any wings by the looks of it.
Yeah. Maybe it's just extremely light and he hasn't even noticed. That could be the case.
I was on the wrong one, excuse me, let me have a look. Oh yeah, AD had a wing then on lap 4.
Yeah, so AD does have the end plates. Maybe it's just some very light damage to the front wing. We should be having safety car in this lap. I will be back in a second.
I did on the last one as well, don't worry. I actually overtook a few people on the last restart and then was overtaken myself. So it was a bit frantic.
And the other being made in the McLaren. Dantak's just catching up now.
We'll have to see.
Sector 2, Rogan would imagine the catch up at the end of sector 2. So it will be no who will be getting the restart under the road and when it comes down to it. So we will just take the pace to the move on 11 to that old medium tyres. So you wouldn't imagine you can have too much grip into turn 1. How many positions will Zyrox be able to gain from P6 on first person on those fresh tyres?
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again.
As we get confirmation the safety car is in this lap.
There's no overtaking until the timing line.
Mo is now backing up and dictating the pace.
I am back.
Welcome back, just in time. Safety car is in this lap. As Mo is bringing it round to the final corner, will he run it down to the line or will he go early?
He has gone now, and looks like a nice jump at the front. Although Dark Viper, by look at this, going to move before the line for a second. The guys behind actually very close. They're going 2 by 2, 3 wide further back as well, going into turn 1. And Zyros managing to get past Berkey. Takubi up to P8, fighting though 3 wide down towards turn 4. This is not going to end well for these guys. Takubi through on the inside there, but forces Lay off the track. Might have to give that position back. A little bit of contact there as well. Cyber and Dragonfly's fighting as well. Now through the first sector. And I think Takubi might have actually gone wide there. Maybe an unsafe rejoin for Takubi. Looked like Cyber had to go off the track. I'm not too sure what happened there. This is a very intense fight now. Lots of cars passing. Oh, we have a Red Bull round. Josh is round again.
Overtake and burn off some of this energy.
Josh dropping all the way to the back. Aston Martin going wide. That's Berkey. Lost a position there, I think, as well. And now on the run towards turn 22. Who's going to be getting a good run here? ICU and Late swapping positions. In fact,
So getting very close and hectic between not quite farther than down from 2,000.
Please don't do that again, chaps, or I'll just turn text-to-speech off and I'll be ignoring you for the rest of the stream.
He's got ahead before they get to the corner. 3 wide going into the final corner now. Zyros swooping around the outside of ICU. Who's going to get the good run down to turn 1? Mo and Dark Viper also fighting for the lead currently. This is going to get very chaotic. They go 4 wide on the run to turn 1. Now Takubi and ICU into turn 1. Takubi has that inside line for turn 2. Zyros getting past Dragonflies as well. And then I believe that was Cert getting past Cyber in the background. Dragon has to back out there for turn 4. That's not going to end well if he sticks his nose into that gap. Could end up in the barrier like Kilza. But so he had to back out. ICU now right onto the back of Shuriken. Shuriken the first runner on the old tyres. And these guys are going to start to lose some positions now.
Yep.
Maybe looking to make a move on side, on the back.
Dragon to the inside of the Ferrari. I think there was a bit of contact. Luckily, the Ferrari manages to keep going, no spin. Dragon gets past now on the run to 15. That has to back out. Ferrari just managing to get ahead there.
Okay, the safety
Here comes
car
Shuriken. Oh, and there's contact. Massive crash!
We need to form up at reduced pace. Keep a close eye on that Delta
Takubi.
tire. Make sure to keep it positive.
Mo, Dragonfly, and Latat all out in that massive collision there. We have a full course safety car. Takubi was involved as well. That was a massive crash. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars with front wing damage. Another 5-second time penalty for Takubi. That was a massive crash.
I am pitting to get rid of that wing damage. It is minor, but
Half of the cars on the grid have front wing damage right now.
I suspect a lot of people are going to be pitting to go on mediums. Or do we reckon softs? What do we think?
That's
Quick.
going to be a big one. Well, I think we're going to see pretty much everybody coming into the pits now, and everyone fitting either mediums or softs, which will probably take them to the end now. But wow. Oh, and it's contact. ICU goes into the back of Shuriken on pit entry, loses the rest of his front wing. I believe he was already missing an end plate, so it's not going to affect him. Downsy gets disqualified for illegal blocking.
What?
What?
How is that?
I think maybe he was going too slow into the pits. Downsy is disqualified.
Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one.
Wow.
Everything is happening in Jeddah now.
Oh, I did say earlier, I thought it was going to be a messy win tonight.
Yeah, massive crash there.
We got 3 people who didn't hit. We got Louis on the cross, which is quite surprising, really. I mean, we're probably going to struggle to go to the end. Maybe a lot 14 like that. Raven could be the big winner.
A lot of people on softs. Yeah, fingers crossed that was the last safety car as well, I think. Trying to burn off some fuel. I've got 2 extra laps worth.
Okay, let's catch up to the field a bit. We're dropping too far back. Remember, we need to stay within 10 car lengths of the next car.
P10. Lots of people on softs though. We'll just have to see what happens. Got Josh behind me. Hello, Josh. Did I just get a track limits warning? What a dipstick. Really? Well, I'm not in AI, so... What was that, Josh? Are you on AI? Your AI just rammed me. Yeah, well, come off, please, because it keeps ramming me.
Your delta's negative, which means you're going too fast. Reduce your pace.
Didn't put me in the wall, thankfully, but...
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags. Okay, you're in the top 10. Green flag.
Oh, fucking hell.
And the gap behind us is 3.6 seconds.
I've lost my commentary channel as well, I've just realised. So 4.1 behind, they've got a 3-second penalty.
4.1 seconds.
Okay, we are reeling Josh in.
DRS is now enabled. There's been an incident on track, but officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful. Caution, caution. Okay, clear.
B12 now. It's not nice to pray for other people to crash. Well, hey. I am dropping back from Louis somehow.
Wow, that was a heck of an impact. Let me know you're okay.
So am I, as it happens, Corn. Maybe. Certainly was. Let's see if we can get our commentary back. Yeah, thanks for that.
Already flashing himself, which will only be making the ones behind inspired more.
I think most of the drivers running a bit low on ERS, though, to be fair.
Okay, I'm not sure why the
And
commentary isn't
also,
working.
If Zyros and Rocket start fighting here, and also ICU joining the battle as well, this could get really messy. Here comes Rocket to the inside.
Ah, there we go.
Zyros
I've got
now into
commentary
turn one.
back. I was
Doesn't
refreshing
quite
the
get
wrong
that
window.
done. Has to back out, and that's slowed them all down again. Oh, and lost the rear for Zyros
That's
there.
frustrating.
Now Dark Viper has 1.3 seconds going into Sector 1. These guys are going to continue their battle throughout this lap. This is really working well for Dark
Thank
Viper.
you,
Berkey
FaZe.
and Cyber still very close together as well. Shuriken also.
So where have
able
I
to
finished
battle.
then?
As we've seen Dantax get a 3 second.
No, I just, the corner I was talking to Josh about, where you've really got to keep it tight to the wall, I kept it very tight to the wall and took my front left corner off.
Yeah, very possibly.
I was 13th last week as well, but I had a chance in this one of finishing in the points, whereas last week I was never really going to be any higher than 13th.
By the time we get to the final turn, will he ever close that gap to make a move down the start straight into turn 1?
Here comes ICU on Rocket. Into 22, pure slipstream. They both had DRS. Gets past the McLaren.
Unlucky Dragon.
5 seconds now. Dark Viper has over this pack of cars. Zyros running low on battery. He's going to start flashing any second now. ICU has a lot of battery left over though.
Let me have a look.
ICU could put a charge on here. 1.1 seconds to Dark Viper. Doesn't get the DRS off of Dark Viper. Does ICU get it off of the Sauber though? No.
Hungary.
But the gap is closing still.
So
Yeah, thanks, Scott.
Oh, massive crash again! Massive crash on the main straight.
Another huge crash as well. Fuck.
How's that one happened? I don't know. Shuriken, there was another car involved. I saw a couple cars sideways on the straight. These final laps of Jeddah are getting really messy. Look how close ICU has got to Dark Viper now. 3/10 is the gap
that's so
between
disappointing.
ICU and Dark Viper. The ICU really on a charge to take the race win here. Has the battery as well to pull this one off. This is going to be a miracle if Dark Viper can stay
Oddly
ahead
enough,
of the Red Bull driver now.
oh, that was a bit close to the wall, but I
And
didn't
his
feel
tyres
any
of
impact on the
Dark
steering
Viper at
wheel,
this
so I thought I
stage
got
will
away
be
with it.
starting to die off as well.
Sauce will probably be
And
in
then all
about
of
the
a sudden my steering
35%
didn't
range
work.
after 7 laps. So it's starting to look bad for these guys. On the soft compound tyres,
So
Zyros
Hungary's
could come
not too
through
bad a track for me,
on
but
the
it's
last
very
lap
difficult
potentially
to
with the slightly
overtake.
better tyres to pull this one off.
And
It's
I
going to be
suspect
hard for
in
him,
terms
but
of
it's
raw
possible.
pace,
Into turn 22,
I'm
getting
a
so
billion
close to
miles
the rear of
behind
Dark
the
Viper
other
there.
guys
Nearly goes
in
into
this
the back of him.
field.
Josh and Berkey fighting now. I think they might have been involved in that.
Well, I've got some video editing to do of my 2 or 3
and
incidents.
that's why they have dropped back now.
Get them reported to the FIA after the race.
Gets past Dark Viper. Dark Viper going around the outside now. Doesn't get a great run though, but he will have the DRS now towards turn
not
1.
that
It's
it'll,
easier to get past the Red Bull.
do
Red
me
Bull
any
is
good,
deploying
but
the battery defensively.
hey.
And Dark Viper now flashing to the outside. Doesn't quite gain enough though. Has to sit behind and doesn't quite get past there. And Rocket a little bit deep there. Yeah, had to cut. Oh, and he's lost the rear. That's going to have cost him some time. He's almost out of the DRS now.
Well, at least
right onto
I
the
didn't
back
sit for
of
as long of the
Takubi
race
as
watching
well.
as I thought I
Sat
feared I
on
might. And I
mediums,
might anyway.
Takubi on softs, but Takubi has
I had
newer
horrible
tyres. Lewis
premonitions of
Berkey
being out in the
pits. I
turn
believe
1
he must have
melee.
been involved in that Shuriken incident then. That's going to be interesting for the stewards to look at.
And potentially fastest lap as well.
Yeah, looking at the cars that have gone out, there's a hell of a chance I could have been in the points there.
Yeah.
I was behind Louis, wasn't I?
So they're 1 lap out off, so he must have run them very early on when he made quite a few pit stops at the start. So I think they were actually only run for a lap under the safety car. So they are effectively brand new tyres for Berkey.
And still on the back of Takubi, coming through the DRS zones, only 4 tenths off.
Dark Viper also very close to ICU now for the race lead, gaining in the DRS in the slipstream, just not quite close enough, I think. Might stick behind for the run down the main straight now with the DRS as well. He's got Zyros right on the back as well. Rocket dropping out of the DRS though, not quite able to keep the pace after that mistake.
So send a move up the inside of the final turn and makes that move stick on the exit. Although
into turn 1 now. Viper trying it around the outside on the Red Bull, doesn't quite make it work. He has Zyros right up his back as well. And the order stays exactly the same. These guys battling extremely hard. And they're going to be recharging their batteries for a last lap battle, I think, to be honest.
So coming up to the last lap, close at the front.
I can see, I'm not going to
About half a second between the first 3 with Rocket.
But Takubi did get past
Oh, mistake for Zyros. He went wide there. This might be
Rocket may well be able to challenge for 3rd.
Depends on how much they start fighting. Zyros is out of the DRS though. Rocket now has DRS on Zyros. He's back in the hunt for the podium.
Zyrox is only just out of the DRS, though. He's just sneaking back in, I think.
Probably using a little bit of battery there to try and get that DRS back. And that's going to help Rocket as well, because this closes Rocket back onto this train.
About 2.5 seconds separate the top 4 going into the final lap.
It was a messy race, but up until then I had actually come through it quite well. I had
Let's see.
a good
Viper now on ICU,
I had a good chance of getting some points in that until I took myself out with just
into turn 27
a silly mistake trying to take too much
gonna sit behind the order for the
too much into turn
ICU
3 or 4.
What is that going to change? I think on the final lap of this race now. I think ICU's probably in the best position, to be honest, with the battery. But here comes Dark Viper to the outside now for turn 1, pulling alongside, but doesn't quite make that one work. Has to slot in behind. Now through sector 1, can Dark Viper keep up? They're on 10 lap out soft tyres. These tyres are going to be very warm, probably in the 50% range. And
see, this is where my tyres would have come in as well.
Zyros is probably going to have quite
I was on mediums, so where all these people are going to be struggling on their softs, I had half a chance of
First one
having good grip towards the end.
16 on the run to 22. Probably not going to be the place where an overtake's made though. But now the run to turn 13, they've got to try and carry as much speed as possible through turn 13. Stay with the cars in front. Zyros dropping off of Viper a little bit, goes a little bit wide there as well, but has managed to stay within the DRS. Viper now 4 tenths off of ICU going into turn 15. He will get the DRS on ICU, and now the run towards turn 22. The DRS will open now, that slot in the rear wing opening up, and now This is going to be it. This is going to be some very close racing between these two. Into turn 22, Viper staying behind. Now into the final, penultimate straight, sorry. Final braking zone of the lap. DRS is now open for Dark Viper as he now gets into the slipstream
What about
of
this for a
ICU.
finish?
On the run towards the final corner, going to the outside of ICU. Round the outside at the final corner. Is he going to be able to make the move stick? He's going round the outside. Dark Viper gets the move done, but ICU's going to get the better exit. Who got the DRS though? Looks like Dark Viper's got a better exit. ICU in the slipstream. He's going to be deploying his battery to the line though. Who's going to get the win? It's going to be Dark Viper. He wins the race. I think there was some desync.
As we get through there, we got
That wasn't 1.3 second gap.
Line, running for it, and I think Takubi's just how the end he has by 6,000 hundredths.
The gap has just updated to 1.3 seconds, and I think there might have been some desync there. I'm very upset about that because that was a very close finish.
Yeah, mine's updated to 1.3 as well. So.
So annoying. It was literally neck and neck across the line, and then it updated to 1.3 seconds.
EA.
Desync strikes again.
Well, ladies and gents, we tried to bring you the best of the action, but unfortunately, EA strikes again. From our point, it was an exciting finish. Looking at the endings, looks like Viper had it in the bag.
Yeah. I'm not too sure what happened. Dark Viper last to first. He started P20, didn't qualify, and he's managed to win the race.
That sucks. Started P20 and still won.
That's
you can go off people, can't you?
Dark Viper. So I have the finishing order as Dark Viper, ICU, Xyrox, Rocket, Cyber, 2B third, and then they just disappeared third. And I think it was Josh, Berkey, Louis, and Dantax. So Berkey was actually able to make up another position there on that final lap, then it seems, on those first shafts. I know he did get the fastest lap. I think that held out. Yes, it was Josh, Berkey, Louis, Dantax. And Berkey did get.
Let's make sure I save my
with a 129
replay.
So we'll get the extra point for that, I do believe.
P13.
And yeah, so.
I can't save it because I didn't finish. That is so shit.
We'll get that extra point.
Well, I've recorded the whole thing anyway, but.
Let me just check the race has. Yes, it has updated with the correct gaps for me. I'm really upset at that, to be honest, because that was an extremely tense.
I don't think so, Josh.
And it didn't actually happen.
Someone spun me out on the coming out of turn 2, I think.
Track limits removed. I don't think it will actually affect anyone's position.
I was
Lewis and Berkey. That's the only one it would affect, but I don't know if there was anything there. Interview time. Don't tell me I disconnected again. Okay. We got a fancy new thing.
Shall I put myself forward for an interview? Not sure how that'll sound on stream.
Only 11 drivers finishing.
Lots of controversial moments, and I'm sure lots of incidents for the FIA to dissect late into the night.
Do it. Yeah, all right then.
All right. So we have Rocket in the interview room. Let's see who else we're getting. We got AD as well. All right. Should we go for Rocket first then?
Yeah, get him in.
All right. Hello, Rocket.
Hello there.
How was that race for you? P4 in the end. Tell us a bit about it.
It was eventful.
Yeah.
Started off on the medium tyre, got a good start into turn 1. Just trying to keep it clean through the first bit of the race. Got into a battle with the Mercedes. It's unsafe rejoin, pushed me a bit wide. Then the safety car come out. Another overtake under the safety car, which needs to be looked into. later on in the race, after getting another good start, another battle with the Mercedes, which goes into the back of me, spins me round, which I believe you saw at turn 1. And from there, it was just a fight back. Sat back with that.
Apologies if when I am interviewed you get horrific audio. Let me know and I'll try and resolve it for the next stream.
Quite dramatic crash.
Copy,
Just took
copy.
a few drivers out and then a nice soft
Oh,
battle to the end.
hello?
Yep. Unfortunately, we have absolutely no idea what happened after my disconnect because we were desynced. We had a 4-way battle for the lead with a photo finish between Dark Viper and ICU, but now we see there's a 1.3 second gap, so slightly less dramatic. But yeah, so I'm guessing looking at the gap between you and Zyros and you and Cyber, it was not the most eventful final stint for you.
I was in the fight for top P3 for a few laps, but the softs dropped off quite dramatically.
Yeah.
And I decided instead of risking spinning off, bit like I did in quali, he was getting a bit unsettled through that fast left hand chicane. Just to bring it home in 4th, was safe to the car behind and had no real shot at catching the guy in front, so settled for 4th.
Yep, fair enough. Anything you want to say, Koi?
Not much. Well, I see we got Hungary next week, so I'm imagining more chaos next week. What do you think, Rocket?
Yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. It's a good track, but it's a very fast, tight track, so I imagine we'll have similar incidents to today, and hopefully next week will be a better race from my side, incidents-wise.
All right, well, thank you for the interview.
Cheers, guys.
Great race from you. So, good points as well. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, bye.
All right, who do we want next then?
Got quite a lot. Let's get Raven in, because obviously he DNF late, didn't he? Let's see what happened to him from his point.
Hello, Raven.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. Okay, how was that race for you? I mean, the end of the race, obviously, not how you would have wanted it to go. I think you DNF with 7 laps remaining. But yeah, tell us a bit about what happened with that incident and also how your race was before that.
Yeah, I mean, the race started okay. Nothing special. I think I was in P5 from P11 after a few safety cars and whatnot on the hards. But I was doing good. I was happy with where I was. And then in front, I think there was just a bit of a spin. And after that, I guess I lost concentration, spun myself. So that put me to the back. So going from there, I think really there wasn't much to it. I was stuck behind AD for a good few laps, heading into that final safety car. I decided to stay out.
Someone stuck
see what
behind
would
me.
happen.
Shows how slow I was.
And the tyres were just not there. I should have boxed, should have went to the back with everyone else, but I thought the tyres would have been a bit better than they were. And the rear just ended up going. So I tried to catch it, didn't expect the rear to step out as it did, and went into the wall.
So you just got a bit unfortunate with the tyre wear, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. I think I had it at decent points in the bag before that. But I was trying to let Rocket go, to be honest. I was trying to do the team play, let Rocket go, maybe defend from Dark. But I don't know if you guys saw, it was sort of 3 wide.
I think I did.
On the other tyres,
I think
just,
we were
yeah.
desynced, so yeah, it was unfortunate.
Ah, okay.
Anything from in the last 10 laps, we didn't. I don't think we really saw what actually happened. So yeah, unfortunately, we probably missed it. I'm not too sure, but yeah. In the end, yeah, unfortunately, ending in the DNF. But yeah, it's what could have been, I guess. You seem to have the
pretty
pace for most of that race. A few incidents here and there, but overall, until that DNF, it was looking like quite a decent drive.
Yep, just unlucky in the end there, really. I felt good on the hards at the start. On the mediums at the end, they felt okay, but oh well, we push, we try better for next race and see what goes on from there.
Koi?
What are those intentions for next race, Rayburn? How do you feel?
Well done, Dark Viper. Nice.
Hungary isn't the best track for me, in all honesty, but obviously I'm going to put a little bit of practice in, not too much, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, points next week.
Well, good luck for that one.
Well,
and hope to see
nice
some
race.
from you next
Well
week
done.
then.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Alright,
who else are we getting?
should we go for Cert then?
In comes Cert. Let's see what he has to say.
Not to.
Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Hello.
How was that race
Hello.
for you? Lots of chaos. I think
Lots of chaos.
I think you were behind quite a lot of those incidents a couple times actually. Give us an insight into what happened.
Okay, so from my perspective, yes, I was behind all the chaos, but somehow it did not affect me. I was just completely fine, and I was like kinda happy. Like I'm sad for the drivers that DNF'd, but I was kinda happy for my own race because I was thinking to pit, and it was a perfect timing. I boxed, but mediums were not fresh. It was 8%, 9% on it, so it puts me a bit in trouble in terms of traction. Other than that, I had a great fighting with Tekubi, so GG's to him. Other than that, I broke my wing and I needed to pit. I just re-ran Cyber, but Cyber was slow on not racing line. I don't know what happened. I will rewatch the stream again to see what happened. Probably something happened in front of him. So we just like, it was like there was nothing I can do. We will see. FIA will decide, obviously. Other than that, I don't think I did the best strategy that I could do. But at the end, I still get the P7. So yeah, I'm happy with the points. But if you would ask me, could it be better? Absolutely.
Alright. And Koi?
I mean, I was watching you for the last 5 laps or so, sir, stuck behind Takubi, and I could see the pain of you on those 14-lap-old mediums at the end. I was kind of expecting you to get it to the line, to be honest. So obviously you finished 0.064 off Takubi. I bet that's very frustrating for you.
Yeah, it is. It is. He had the better traction at the last corner. So GG's to him. There was nothing I could do. I did a bit the DRS chicken, and it was the thing that I think made me lose. But GG's.
Alright.
Yeah, good racing, mate. And obviously Hungary next week. How do you feel for that one?
Hungary. It is not the best track of mine. I need lots of practice, if I'm going to be honest. If I will get a point, I will be happy. It is this much. So Kiza needs to carry the Alpine there. That's all I am going to say. I'm definitely not trusting myself around Hungary.
Well, he didn't do the job today, did he? Crashing out. So I wouldn't rely on him too much.
Exactly.
But yeah, good racing from you, sir. And we'll see you next week, fella.
Yeah. Take care of yourselves, guys. See ya.
Alright.
Bye-bye.
Alright, shall we go for Mr. Race winner Dark Viper GT then?
Dark Viper.
I was about to say the same myself.
Alright, let's get him in. Dark Viper GT, you are the race winner. Tell us a bit about your race. How was it for you?
Oh, insane. Oh, I'm so happy right now. I can't believe that worked. I didn't qualify, you know. I almost died lap 1. I stayed out until like the final safety car. And then I don't even know. A winner, chicken dinner, I guess. I want to thank Buck, my wonderful race engineer, and all of my engineers in chat.
Yeah, so that final stint on the softs,
Awful.
we didn't really see it actually because it was desync. On our end, you had a photo finish with ICU across the line.
On my end, he was like right with us, 4-4 finish as well, and then afterwards the gap was like 1.3 or something.
Yeah, so maybe
yeah.
you saw the same thing that we saw. That's weird. The gap. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
saw
what
the
happened
same
for us as
thing,
well.
And then I didn't know if he lifted off, but I don't know why he would do that because there was a guy behind
Yeah,
us.
that was So maybe I don't know. I guess we saw the same thing. It's just the gaps changed
Yeah.
at the end. But yeah, coming across the line for the win. I guess photo finish, but the gap was a bit bigger in the end. It must have been really satisfying to get that one on the line.
Unbelievable. Like, they're so fast, I don't even know how I did it, to be honest. Like, strategy's king, I guess.
And then, yeah, Koi, anything else you want to add?
No,
Uh,
sorry, I've just been zoned out there. I've been getting messages from the Cert, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Going into Hungary next week, I noticed you only had one stop today, Viper. I guess
Yeah.
that's right, and it's not actually desync. What's your ambitions for next week at Hungary? Something of the same or something different?
Just aiming for the top 10 next week. Saudi, I love. Hungary's not a good track for me.
Well, you're not the first person that said it's not the good track, so you never know.
My last race there didn't end too well.
Well, I wish you good luck for next week, buddy, and hope it doesn't end in disaster for you, mate, and more of the
Thank you,
same.
guys. Thank you. Big ups women, hashtag International Women's Day. You know the rules.
Yeah, well done on the win. Okay, let's get AD in
Good
now.
afternoon, evening even. How are we all? Up until that point, it was a very eventful race, but I was amazed that I managed to come through all of the incidents and still be in the race. I heard you commenting that I was in the pits for about my fourth new front wing. I got spun round quite early on, and then spun round again on one of the safety car restarts. And then sadly, the race ending incident was just completely my own fault, trying to get a nice tight line into turn 4. Took it slightly tighter than I should have done, and left the corner without a front left-hand wheel. And that was the race over.
Obviously, with lots of safety cars, Jeddah's very incident-heavy track as is, but we ended up hitting the safety car limit there in that race. So it must have been quite difficult working out what tyre you should be on at the right time.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, a lot of the pit stops I made were necessitated by the fact that I had no front wing at the time, and I think I made the right choice at the end to go on the mediums with about 10 laps to go on the last safety car.
Yeah.
It looked like the guys on the softs towards the end were starting to struggle a bit, so hopefully the mediums would have stood me well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I just didn't make it to that point.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So the top two were on softs and third place was on the mediums, but they were definitely struggling on those soft compact tires. I think had there been one more lap, then the mediums would have been clearly the faster strategy. It was right on the cusp, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, up until that point, I think it was a really good race from you. Obviously managing to get through the chaos as well. I think when you DNF'd, you ended up P13. 6 laps from the end. It was quite unfortunate.
I think I was P11 when I went out, and I was within 5 seconds of the guy in front, and they had a 5-second penalty, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So I was technically in the points, and after that there was another incident that took another couple of cars out. So it's a bit disappointing. I was on the verge of a half decent points finished. But sadly, it wasn't to be.
Yeah. Well, it's unfortunate for you, obviously. Would have been nice to score some points here in Jeddah.
Yep.
But, Koi, anything else?
Nothing from me. I think you've covered it there. Just congratulations from me, and wish you luck for next week, mate.
Yeah, cheers. Hopefully I can... I'm definitely making improvements from race to race, so hopefully I can continue that trend and do a bit better in Hungary.
Hopefully so.
Well, thank you for the interview.
Thanks, guys.
No problem.
Take care, buddy.
Cheers, you too. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you, Cert. Hopefully you can hear... Oh, hold on. I've... Oh, yeah, you can still hear me. I don't know what that interview sounded like. Oh, did it? Okay. I was messing with various audio channels that I've got to try and make sure you didn't get double mics and things like that. So hopefully you didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well done, Cert. I saw you made the points. I should have made the points, but took myself out towards the end.
I think it might be an issue with
which is a little bit frustrating.
Okay,
but hey ho,
Dragon in
we
there.
are definitely moving forwards. So fingers crossed, next week will be a better race for us.
There we go. Hello. Not the greatest race from you. With the DNF. I think you were running quite high up though. In the early
I am-
stages.
Yes, I am fucking depressed. I'm turning emo right now.
Yeah. So tell us a bit about your race. What happened there?
Basically, I was keeping up with like top from P3 to like P7. I was keeping up pace, and basically, I think Shuriken was on all tires. He didn't pit, and basically he was a bit more slidey, I think. So he hit the back of I think Mo, and basically
Yeah, enjoy
everyone
your
from
evening.
from
Yeah, so that
P3
will
to
be
like
it for me.
P7, everyone crashed.
I'll let the interviews finished, and I'll be
Everyone
signing
had
off. I
damage
have
and
some
whatnot, and
clips to edit
basically Melee
to
and Mo
submit to the
DNF'd
FIA,
on that, and
and
yeah.
yeah, that will
Other than
be
that, my
be me
race was
done.
pretty chill. I was just like sitting in P7 for the whole race, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously unfortunate for you to get caught up in that incident. I think you were running in the points for pretty much the entire race up until that point. It was looking like it was going to be a decent points haul for AlphaTauri. But in the end, it wasn't meant to be. Your teammate Cyber managed to get P5, so still a decent haul coming home for the team. But yeah, it could have been a lot more.
Could have been a podium, I think,
Yeah.
because the top two hadn't pitted as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
Dark Viper was on 10 old lap tires. So
Very much
Bas-
an event of what could have been, I guess.
yeah,
And
That's
Koi, anything else?
very frustrating night for you then, Chocolate. How do you think you're going to do next week at Hungary then?
I suck there, so not good.
Well, I think that's the
Everyone,
general consensus from
everyone.
everybody, so maybe it's not going to be as bad as
Yeah,
people
hey,
think.
Hungary might not be a bad race for me. Everybody
Alright,
else is saying
boys,
it's going to be
you've
terrible for
been
them.
amazing. I'm gonna go cry in my bed. Good night.
Alright, goodbye.
See you later. See you later, buddy.
And now, last one.
Here's Josh.
They thought it would never happen, but
Yay,
Josh
Josh.
managed to get P8 in that race.
GG's,
Made
well
his way
done,
through the
Josh.
chaos and got the points. Josh, tell us about it.
It could have been better, obviously, because I binned it twice and I got a drive through. Hold on, I can hear myself. It's distracting me. Right, there we go.
Yeah, so
I was
you-
mid-corner on the VSC, and I sped too much into it. I didn't expect it. I got a silly drive-through. I did the same last weekend. Obviously, you can't pit in drive-through under safety car. I was gonna do it, but AD Hawkins, he told me not to do it because it doesn't do the drive-through.
Yeah,
Yeah,
only
you're
serves it
correct.
if you're under green flag running. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
unfortunate for you.
Damn, I could have had a place
Um,
against Josh if you've made him do an extra pit
Yeah,
stop.
so strategy under those safety cars. Was that any tricky decisions for you? Were you ever concerned about staying out, pulling into the pits, or did you find it quite straightforward?
I think I was in a good position every time the safety car came out because I was probably last every time it came out. The second time it came out, I managed to get about 4 overtakes and I binned it again into the wall.
Yeah.
And then after that, I think it was another safety car, Kills crashed. And then I managed to fix my wing and get the points.
So I think I saw you spin twice as well on the exit of turn 13. Was that just an issue with tyre wear, or was it just traction?
First time it was I had too much rear brake bias on, and I didn't anticipate Raven braking so early, so I had to slam on as long as possible so I didn't hit him, and then I just spun. The second time was just traction.
Yeah. All right. And Koi.
Not much for me. Obviously, a frustrating race for you there, Josh. Everyone seems to be saying Hungary's not a favourite for them next week. How do you fare for it?
Well, if everyone doesn't like it, then I think I'm going to put some extra practice in. See if I can get better at it, because I'm really bad at it.
Well, everyone else has been saying they're going to be practicing, so it looks like it's going to be another interesting week next week then. I wish you all the best for that one.
Thank you.
All right then. That has been round 2 of SDRL here in Jeddah Corniche Circuit. Thank you everybody for tuning into the stream. It's been a pleasure to watch. Racing was amazing. Obviously, a few big incidents, big crashes, but I think that's what you always get at Jeddah. To be honest, it's a very fun track to go racing at, and it provided today. Anything you want to add, Quay?
Certainly did. It certainly did. Entertainment, controversy, penalties, the lot. That's what we love about Jeddah. And I shall all see you see you all next week.
Yep. Thank you everyone for watching, and goodbye.
Thanks to the guys in the commentary team. Good job as ever. Sounds like they had their own share of technical issues towards the end. Thank you everybody for your company. It was a much more enjoyable race than last week, despite the incidents. I'm just disappointed that I binned it so close to a potential points finish. But, you know, these things happen. Definitely on an upward curve compared to Texas and Brazil. That was a much better race for me. I did manage to battle with a few people, got a few overtakes done on one of the restarts, so that was quite satisfying. So fingers crossed, the upward curve will continue to Hungary, and we'll have a better race there. But anyway, that's me done for this evening. I will be back on Wednesday evening from around 8:30 UK time for Wheelspin Wednesdays. Open lobbies, followed hopefully by some invite-only longer races and perhaps challenges. Yeah, thanks, Josh. Goodbye. Thanks for the name check in the interview. If I'd known you were going to pit under the safety car with your drive-through, I should have let you and forced you to do an extra pit stop. Might have worked out a bit better for me. But anyway, good race, everybody. Enjoy your week, and I will hopefully see you on Wednesday evening. Take care and have fun.